was just kind of watching. Let's go looking around. Thank you.
Relaxation. If you're lucky, you'll leave with a shred of dignity. Somewhere to smile about. Ocean City, Maryland. Moments like this, you're faced with an important question. If a ball lands in a cup and no one else sees it, does it count? You bet your sweet 5-iron it does. Somewhere to smile about. Ocean City, Maryland.
Good life means being healthy. What does it mean to be healthy and stay healthy? It means getting the right kind of care. Right here. And convenient. It means having the right hospital to coordinate the delivery of healthcare for the entire community. Atlantic General Hospital will put you on the right path to good health and keep you there.
question about my home policy?
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Okay, gnome policy.
H-O-M-E, home.
Technology.
All right, folks, if you're tuning in here early at 4:30, we had a designated 4:30 kickoff. There's been some slight changes. We believe Snow Hill is just arriving here at Stephen Decatur High School. We've got weather coming and a lot of good football. Should be an interesting matchup here. Nothing like a little bad weather and a rivalry. And boy, do we have a rivalry matchup tonight. It has been a lot of chit-chat going on between the two schools. As long as it's happy and healthy and competitive, that's what we want. So if you're tuning in right now, we'll be back very, very shortly with kickoff. Really looking forward to it. All right, everybody. Welcome to a future tropical stormy type windy night here at Stephen Decatur High School. Big time rivalry matchup. Stephen Decatur Seahawks versus Snow Hill. Down coming up from 113. I've got the legend, my good friend, longtime coach and teacher, Pat Russo, with us again tonight. Coach, we're glad to have you back in the booth tonight, buddy.
Glad to be here.
All right, Coach. What do you think? Real quick, couple keys to the game with weather coming in. How are you thinking each team's going to approach going, especially as we're going into the weather?
It's hard to say how the wind will affect. I think the passing game might be a problem. Although I did see the Seahawks warming up, and they were throwing, and they look pretty good.
Yeah.
Short passes.
Yeah.
I don't think the long passes are going to be.
Yeah,
a very good factor.
Right, definitely some change of direction with the wind tonight, folks. We're not real sure. I mean, we've got, obviously, Mr. Eastlack kicking the football for us, who is an ultimate weapon. But we're not real sure how the approach to the kicking game is going to be tonight. And it's funny, we can talk about kicking game here in the Bayside Conference because of the three great kickers, the two on JV, Blake and Brogan's brother, and then Brogan himself, and the type of weapons those guys are. So it's a good luxury to have, but when you got some weather like this, Coach, it could be tricky. So
could be a problem.
Could be a problem. Yep, could be a problem. So we'll see how things go, folks. This is going to be quite the game tonight. Lot of hype from the fans. I mean, a lot of mutual friends on both sides, from our teachers to our administrators, all the way down to the players. And we hope the weather sort of holds off for us. But when it comes to football, sometimes bad weather is it's entertainment. But for our kids, we really don't want to see any injuries on either side of the football. But anyhow, here's what we're going to do. We just got done introductions here. Both teams are doing warm-ups. We got about 12 and a half minutes till start time. We'll come back in about 6 or 7 minutes here with a couple more keys, and we'll see who wins the flip and all that good stuff. So anyway, we really, really appreciate you tuning in. If you couldn't make it or decide not to come out, we do have quite a big crowd so far. Looks like we're heading towards capacity, and we appreciate all the fans coming out here with us tonight, Coach. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, back here with Coach Russo and I. Snow Hill won the toss. They elected to defer. Okay, looks like Seahawks we're gonna get the ball first here. All right, kickoff. It'll be right. I'm trying to think. Like, it should be about 2 minutes till kickoff. All right, Coach, what are you thinking here so far at the beginning? You got any bold predictions?
Well, we just
for the 113
want
rivalry,
to try to
Coach?
avoid turnovers early because these weather conditions, it's not going to get any better. And as the game goes along, more possibilities for turnovers, that's for sure.
Absolutely. You're going to see a wet field out here, especially with the turf. Wind's going to be picking up. I think we've all been kind of tuned into the Weather Channel or AccuWeather here for about a week or so, and it looks like right around 6 o'clock on the dot is when it could really start to get ugly. So both teams are going to look to get some momentum and get on the board early because, could be tricky getting into the end zone here. So we'll be right back. Going to get ready to do our national anthem. Be right back with kickoff in just a second. All right, national anthem played by the Stephen Decatur Marching Band led by Mr. J.D. Fole. We really appreciate that. Kicking it off, even with the win, they sounded good tonight, folks. All right, officials are meeting at the 50. Both teams are prepping for their initial drive and initial defensive alignments here. Can't wait to get this going. Coach, we're glad to have you back.
I'm glad to be back.
I tell you what, Mr. Hughes, I don't know if he's on the way to High Point, North Carolina or not, but if we turn in another top-end performance, he's stuck to Hawk Talk, I think, the rest of the year. So, anyhow, yep, so we are getting ready to get set to kick off here. We're going to see how Old Brogan Eastlack gets the ball moving. So it looks like actually they're kicking the ball off first.
Right.
Look, sorry, Mike, if you're listening, I'm already 0 for 1. Maybe he takes my spot and you stay, Pat, as we get going.
I think they deferred.
Yeah, they deferred. All right, so here we go, folks. All right, weather's holding off for us right now. I mean, and the wind is not crazy bad. A little bit of a calm before the storm feel. The adrenaline's flowing. Two rivals here. Looking forward to an exciting matchup. All right, Connor Elliott, kicker for Snow Hill High, has the ball towed up. Looks like it's going to stay on the tee. Wind not affecting it too much. Yep, Devin Chandler back deep for the Seahawks here. Oh, and the ball did come off the tee, so they're going to reset.
They might have to have somebody hold that.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Dejon Johnson might have to step in there and hold. Not real sure. They might give it one more shot before we get going. Kareem Bolden also lined up back deep over on the Snow Hill sideline for the kickoff here. We'll see how Snow Hill approaches their kicking game right off the get-go, Coach Rousseau.
We'll see if they go short or if perhaps they try to kick it deep. I'm not too sure how good of a kicker Snow Hill's kicker is, whether he can kick deep or not.
Yeah, we're gonna find out here in about 5 seconds. So
20-mile-an-hour northeast wind, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know if too many people were good with that right off the jump.
No.
I know, Coach Russo, you're excited. Your Steelers played well this week, a lot of defense and run game, so we'll see if we see a lot of that tonight.
We'll see what happens.
All right, Bolden looks like he's got it clean. Running over here to Decatur sideline. He's got a big gainer. He's at the 50, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 10-5. Touchdown, Stephen Decatur Seahawks. Coach Russo, I don't know if there's a bigger tone setter than that.
That's a big one.
The bus got here a little bit late. Looks like they might not be off the bus yet mentally. And Stephen Decatur hits a big one for a quick 6-0 score.
That was once he got to the sideline, he was gone.
Yeah, I was going to say, Coach, I don't really know if there was really all that many blocks to spring him. He just pure athleticism and speed. We'll get a replay here very soon, right after the E-Slag extra point attempt.
The last guy to get him would have been the kicker, and he wasn't ready
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. No, he was not. All right, so now that the dust is settled, wow, what an exciting start, folks. We're going to get the E-Slag extra point attempt here. Oh, bad snap, but the ball is up. E-Slag gets it through. Actually almost kicked it off the H of the Lewis H. Taylor sign there. He really is incredible, Coach Russo.
That was quite a kick.
And here's our highlight. Let's take a look. Kareem comes over to our sideline. Yeah, 80-yard return, and he was basically untouched right there. I mean, he had Connor Elliott, the kicker, had one chance at him and whiffed, and we're up 7-0 that quick. So.
Yeah, I don't know how he got that extra point through there.
I don't know. I mean, nice job. I don't know who. We'll have to see who's holding for us. I'm not sure if we can figure out who's holding for Decatur.
No, it was quarterback. It was
Bryson. So yeah,
got good hands.
Good hands. Baseball background. He's a baseball player for everybody.
The thing about that
listening,
is, if you have a bad snap, he can pick it up.
Right.
And he can try to go for two.
Absolutely.
That's why it's good to have an athlete.
Yeah. Just get that thing set up there. And, I mean, Brogan, obviously with soccer and stuff, he's learning how to, kick on the fly, too, with things changing direction. So showing some athleticism off in all facets right off the get-go. I mean, we are just about 13 seconds into this game, and we got a 7-0 lead here. So, and the ball's off the tee. We're probably going to have some holders on kickoffs as the game gets going. But, wow, in 13 seconds, I was tested. Our first big, long gain, 4-touchdown score. My best Merrill Reese impression, if you listen to any of the Eagles. Not quite as in-depth as him, but I think it was okay. We'll see what the comments say, maybe a couple text messages or two. So
it was pretty exciting.
Yeah, it was. It was.
And it looks like we're going to have a holder, number 53.
Yeah, Nate McDaniel's in to hold for E-Slag here. Ball's away. Looks like
stand bounds. I think it's
just out of bounds on the left side there.
It was almost inside the pylon for a touchback.
Yeah, just outside the left of the pylon. E-Slag did his best to keep his touchback streak alive, but in this win and having to have a holder, it's still a heck of an effort there. Yep. He might have to adjust a little bit, just kind of get under the football,
or aim a little to the right. So that the wind just sort of takes it rather than.
A little more soccer player than kicker. I know Coach Greenwood's sitting here smiling ear to ear. He thinks he's a big influence on the Decatur kicking game. So, anyway, there'll be a lot of adjustments will have to be made tonight, Coach. That's for sure. So.
Well, there's the first impact that the weather has made, even just in the kicking game right away, because that's usually into the end zone for a touchback, and they pick up 15 yards on it.
Yeah, ball at the 35.
Instead of the 20.
Coach Russo and all of his years of experience, I was so glad to have him last week. He's helping both Mike and I with rules and such that we, have changed over the years. And, if it's kicked, it starts at the 35 and the. Okay, gotcha. So thank you. We're getting some stats running here mid-sentence. We'll have to adjust that with our people here in the booth. But Hey, we're on the fly. You know, they might have to adjust our salaries, Coach, up here.
Right.
I don't know what's going on, but anyway, so here we go. First offensive play for Snow Hill, right? Wide out number 10 in motion. Looks like a quick pitch to him on the outside. Picks up about 6 or 7 yards there. I'm not sure. It was number 10, Keandre Nixon, with the carry.
A good play.
Nice running play there. A little misdirection, right?
And I guess they would.
Guys in motion.
I guess it would be considered a pass though, because he brought that forward.
Yeah, a little forward toss pass. Yeah, so nice play right off the get-go for the Eagles. Just about at the 42-yard line. 11 minutes and 40 seconds. Second down and 2. Fields is back. Christian Russell in motion. Looks like we've got a stoppage of play here. Not sure what we got going on. Maybe I think the line judge was leaning in. Not real sure what that stoppage was for, but here we go. Everybody's back set. Fields in the shotgun formation. One running back behind. He hands off. Looks like the D-line's in there. Gang tackle for a minimal gain.
Looks a little bit short of the first down, it looks like.
That's my son. He's interrupting my broadcast already. If you could do. Yeah. Thank you. All right, 3rd down and 1. Sorry for the parental supervision mishap there. Making a name for myself, both Snow Hill and Stephen Decatur, folks. My son, it looks like he's having an issue. He'll be up here shortly. Maybe he'll join the booth. We'll get a mic on him anyway, Coach. 3rd down and 1 here.
We might need some help.
All right, 3rd and 1. Looks like a quarterback keeper. He's going to pick up the first down and more here, heading out of bounds and carried all the way through and tackled over into the bench. Little extracurricular there looked like. Yeah, then here comes the flag. Yeah. Probably going to be called on the quarterback, Zaheem Kalik. Most likely. He carried the extracurricular all the way through. Not real sure here. We'll see what the call is going to be.
I don't know.
Really don't know if you're calling a late hit there. Just two guys like
they were just holding on
to each other. A little bit too long, but you know that's all part of the rivalry.
When the bench got knocked over, the official threw the flag.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was really intentional. Yeah, he's waving it off.
Yeah, he's waving it off.
Good call by the official there, because that really didn't look like a penalty.
Yeah, right. Tell you what, you're going to see a lot of passion out here tonight, a lot of probably little playing through the whistle. All right, 2 rivalries and a lot of back and forth this week. So Snow Hill with a nice drive so far here. Zaheem Kalik back. Looks like he pitches to number 23, Makai Waters, and he's tackled instantly in the backfield. Ethan Bradshaw in on the tackle. Bradshaw and Kareem Bolton, Coach Russo.
Yep, they're names that we will hear throughout the night, I'm sure.
Very frequently.
On offense
and defense. Yep. 2 guys that are going to be have a nose for the football, Coach. Like Coach Russo said, they are going to be in and out and all around. Here's a replay here. Bradshaw and Bolton both ready for the pitch there and tackled in the
Bradshaw
backfield.
was the initial tackler, and then he was helped by Bolton.
Tell you what, it has been an adventure so far. We've got weather. I'm getting text updates about rule things to be saying. My son's calling for me. He's on the sideline. So if we get through this and into this the tropical storm might be the least of my worries.
I'm thinking that's the truth.
Good tackle there on this wide receiver screen. Defense kind of making their little bit of adjustment here at midfield, Coach.
Yeah, that was a short gain. They still hadn't gotten up to the original line of scrimmage. They gained about a yard on that.
Yeah, 3rd down and 12 for folks watching at home. We appreciate you tuning in. It looks like 9 minutes and about 20 seconds left here in the first quarter. Ball's on our Stephen Decatur 47-yard line. We'll see what they're going to do here. You know, if they're going to stretch it out, Coach, or you think they might try and get like a 4th and manageable maybe and go for it on 4th down?
I think they're probably going to run the ball here and probably run it on the inside, I would think.
Yeah, we'll take a look here. Colic is back. No running backs. They're split out, 2 wideouts on each side. And the ball is fumbled. Botch snap, gang tackle. Bolden in the backfield. Big loss. All the way back, Coach, to about the 36-yard line of Snow Hill. And they're probably going to have to kick the ball here, I would imagine.
They'll definitely kick from here, I would think. And they're back to their own 40.
And here's the highlight right off the get-go. The ball is snapped. Doesn't look like Colic was ready for it whatsoever, or just right through his hands.
Good snap.
Yeah, good snap. Hit him right in the chest. I apologize.
Yeah. I can't. Look where they put the ball at the 40. He was tackled at the 38.
Yes, yep.
They gave him benefit of the doubt on that forward motion.
Yeah, a little benefit of the doubt on the forward motion there. I mean, the ball is steadily moving backwards, so that's a little bit of a gift there for him field position-wise, but hey.
Who's the kicker here?
Yep. Not real sure here.
Can't see his number.
Yep. Oh, okay, it's the quarterback. All right, so Zaheem, he's also kicking the football or punting the football anyway.
You better watch him. He is very fast.
Yes, he's a heck of an athlete. Yep, 4th and 25. You know, we've got a lot of water cooler quarterbacks in the booth with us tonight. Oh, and he just got it away. I tell you, a decent kick. Gets a little bit of a Snow Hill roll, and the ball's down on the 33-yard line of Stephen Decatur.
Now, the reason I said we ought to watch out, even if he ran the ball, he's very fast.
Absolutely.
Even if he didn't get the first down, he would get it into almost probably near where the punt ended up.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of little wrinkles you're going to see tonight, especially with weather. 7:29 left. We're going to take a quick break. 7-0 Seahawks. All right, Coach, as we get ready and set for Stephen Decatur's first offensive possession of the game, just want to let everybody know out there, my son, he needed $1 for the concession stand.
Well, that
he
was
let
an
about
emergency.
300 feet. It is an emergency, right, Coach?
Yep.
Let about 350 people know, but he did get out of the way of the bench flipping over, like, just in the nick of time. So all is well that ends well, I guess.
No trip to the emergency room necessary.
We don't need that. We definitely do not need that. That's for sure. So I don't know what's going on here. We're having a little bit of confusion about where the ball is being placed and such from the officiating
crew. Was there a penalty? Because they moved the ball back. Was there a penalty?
Blocking the back. Okay, blocking the back. We never did see a flag, but apparently there was a phantom blocking the back.
Yeah. Okay.
And the ball is snapped. Coleman, he's hands off to Trey Dorn. He's tackled for probably back to the original line of scrimmage, I'm thinking, Coach.
Yeah, he might have lost a yard. Yeah, about a yard loss.
A yard loss, so. All right, so it's going to be about 2nd down and 11. Ball on Decatur's 23-yard line. Looks like a quick change of play there. Coleman's back. Looks like Dorn is in the backfield with Coleman to his right. Ball snap. Another handoff to Dorn, and then looks like a little bit more confused. I don't know, is there a flag on the play? I'm not seeing any flags being thrown at all.
Officials stopped the action.
I have to apologize.
I don't see a flag. Yeah. The officials did stop the action before the snap.
Offsides on the defense. We're having microphone malfunctions too. It's just a mess, folks. But we'll get it figured out. So maybe they're holding on to the flags and such. I don't know, with the wind, maybe.
5 yards penalty.
All right.
So that was apparently offside.
Yeah.
I would guess
it looks
offsides.
like, yeah. All right, so 2nd down and 5 now for all the folks watching. 6 minutes, 54 seconds left.
I was surprised they blew that dead, though, on an offside. So.
All right, Coleman looks like he's got the play call he needs. Goes up, makes an adjustment with his center. Dorn to his right. Now he moves and motion to the left. Ball snap. Coleman looks. Quick hitter to number 3, Gavin Salido. Looks like he picked up about a 7 or 8 yard gain.
First down yardage.
All right, so little short passes here and there, some quick draw runs. This is kind of what you're going to be looking at.
That pass looked good, though.
Yeah, nothing
he
fluttering.
Zipped it right in there.
And he's got plenty of arm strength to work with.
Sure.
So, yeah, nice job there. I mean, little quick hitters and stuff like that, making the adjustments. All right, so here we go. 1st down and 10. Dorn still in the backfield, lined up beside Bryson Coleman. Ball snap. Coleman goes right. Looks like a QB draw here. There's a flag on the play. Coleman with a big gain. He's going to be tackled out of bounds. Looks like we're probably going to be coming back with a holding call. Yep. It looks like you got 2 guys for holding there, so that ball is going to come back.
Fortunately,
Big
only
game
one will
wiped
be
out.
Thank
Yep. Thank goodness. Oh, Coach Russo, that is – hey, that is – oh, man. That's money color commentary there. I knew we brought you in here for you, and that was great. Love that. So we got holding penalty. All right. Not using the microphone either. Not making it real easy for us on us tonight, folks, so please bear with us with all our penalties and adjustments, and we've had quite a few already. Having a tough time getting some pace here. Don't they know that there's weather coming, Coach Russo?
I think they would pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah. Keep them tucked in just for a little while. Let's let both these teams get into a little bit of a rhythm here.
Mm-hmm. Especially when we have a 30-yard run wiped out like that.
Exactly. All right, 1st down and 20. All right, ball is now back on the 30-yard line of Stephen Decatur. 6 minutes left or so. Bone in motion. Looks like he keeps on the RPO for about a 4-yard gain. It should be about 2nd down and 15 or 16, I'd imagine.
2nd and 15.
Yep. Yeah, so you get 5 yards back on 1st down. Moving forward, just try and get down to getting a 3rd and manageable here.
Right.
See what they can do. We'll see what the play call is. They're taking their time, being real methodical so far. It's like Dorn's been in the backfield too, every play so far on this possession. So Coleman looks like he's got the alignments he needs. Ball snap. Hands to Dorn up the middle.
Picked up 5 more.
Tackled for about 5 more. So it should be about a 3rd down and 10 here. All right, staying committed to the run. Talked to Coach Croto and Coach Coleman this week, Coach. And they said, listen, if we can continue, it's a size game. It's a numbers game again with personnel and stuff like that. So if they can run the football and get 5, 6, 7 yards a pop, they're going to do that, especially with, like we've said it many times already, with the inclement weather.
Yeah, right now it's just a wind factor, but later on, if it starts to rain.
Yeah, absolutely. And snow, you want to wear their linemen down.
Yep.
All right, Coleman's back to pass. Yep. Got Evan Copeland for a big gain, still fighting for extra yardage. It's going to be a 1st down into Snow Hill territory. So Coleman, look, Coach, he just takes, 1 step drops, that's it. Maybe 2 step drops, but 1 step drop, hits his first read. Evan Copeland, obviously a big athletic target for him.
And
a big 3rd down conversion.
On that kind of a pattern, the wind doesn't seem to be affecting him at all.
No. He's got a plus arm too,
yes,
but quick release, keeping it, the ball underneath of the wind. You know what I mean? He can zip it in there with the best of them. So that's why he's an all-state Vanderbilt commit. All right, ball snap. Looks like a keep on the RPO. Coleman turns the corner, and he's run out of bounds here.
Almost 10 yards.
Looks like he got 9.5 or 10 there, I would imagine. All right, we'll see what how they roll it here. He's going to be close to a 1st down. I think they've got it.
I think it might be a 1st down.
Yep.
Looks like a timeout, maybe.
Timeout for Stephen Decatur. That's going to give us a chance to regroup here. I'll check back in with Blake Riley, make sure everything is still running smooth. Maybe his twin sister, too. Coach Russo and I are so glad you all are tuned in here. Big rivalry game, and Stephen Decatur driving. All right, little quick break. Everything is good here. We're settling in the booth as there's 4 minutes left or so in the first quarter. All right, so Bryson did pick up the first down, Coach.
Right.
All right, so we're getting 5-yard runs, 5-yard runs, 8-yard runs, and then a 10-yard run. So you think they'll commit to that as we keep moving forward?
I think we're going to see more running tonight, but we'll still see some passing too. You know, he liked to pass.
Yeah, like you said, hit a couple quick slants and such. Maybe not too many big deep balls that we usually see to drive and such, but
I see one thing, and that is Coleman running the ball.
Coleman run the ball, and there's a draw. QB keep hurdles over one defender. Another 15 or so yard gain. And there you see showing off the athleticism, Coach. And you said it right on cue. You're seeing him running the football. When he's going to run the football, then it opens it up for everybody else and all his other weapons. So here's a replay for you, Coach.
And big hole right in the center of the defense. He did a little hurdle action there.
Yeah, a little hurdle action. He's a nice track and field guy for you, back in the day, Coach. All right, looks like we've running left. A.J. Cobb cuts the corner. He's in.
Oh, no.
Oh, they ruled him. He stepped out of bounds on the 2-yard line. Yeah.
Saw his speed there.
Yeah, plenty of speed from Cobb. We always give him a little baseball shout out. He running the bases there. Looks like in the inside corner. All right, so it looks like he stepped out just shy of the end zone there, but a big run, little misdirection counter. And A.J. Cobb getting close to pay dirt there, but no dice. So we'll see how we're doing here.
Looks like they have it at the 5-yard line.
Oh, stepped out on the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
All right, and this is where things get a little bottled up, right? This is where your playbook kind of gets a little bit more condensed. You got to really see what your offensive line can do here, getting our guys out off of their assignments. All right, Coleman snaps it on the keep, up the middle.
Yeah.
Little shimmy shake, and he's into the end zone, Coach Russo. All right, 13-0. Coach Russo on cue with Coleman running the football on that possession. Finds the end zone relatively easily. We'll wait for the ESLAC extra point, Coach.
He's a big weapon, passing and running. Yeah. Pretty much almost as much running as passing. I mean, he's very hard to bring down.
Yeah.
He's fast and he's big.
Well, and a good target to throw to, too. I mean, think about those years with, Snellsire with Ashton throwing to him.
You have a penalty.
Yeah. A little movement on the line as we're waiting for the extra point. So here's a replay for you, Coach.
Straight up the gut again. A little do-si-do and into the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, QB draws with Coleman. I mean, when the ball is in his hands, like you said, and for a lot of our guys, when they can get in space, and the line has done a great job creating space for him, you're getting big chunk gainers or scores.
They're going for 2.
Okay, yeah, all right. So their lineup going to go for 2 here. All right, another design keep for Coleman, and he's in.
2-point conversion is good.
2-point conversion, so that turns this game into essentially a three possession. 3-score differential. So, all right, 15-0, Stephen Decatur. We're getting close to the end of the first quarter. We are so glad you all are tuning in. All right, on this tropical, stormy Friday night under the lights. We'll be right back. All right, so we're locked in here. We want to see if Brogan can fire up his touchback streak and see if he can kick it through some tropical storm winds here. So let's tune in, watch old ESLAC, see if he can kick the ball all the way down to Cedartown Road.
It looks good.
I think he's
And
got
it's
it.
in there.
Yep, I think he's got it.
To the end line.
Hey, listen.
That was 10 yards deep.
If being excited about kickoffs is wrong, I don't want to be right, Coach Russo. That's for sure. I mean, what a heck of a weapon here. We say Eastlake. He'll be kicking on Saturdays sometime in the near future. And a lot of these guys are going to be playing on Saturdays too. So Snow Hill will get ready and start for their second offensive possession at the 20-yard line. I tell you, it's been kind of as we expected, Coach Russo. A little bit not sloppy, but a little chippy, right? And the game, rhythm of the game, they're feeling each other out a little bit. You know, there's a lot of like high adrenaline going on down there, and trying to stand up for yourself because there's been some back and forth this week.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I heard there was.
Yeah, well,
I guess on internet back and forth.
Yeah, a little internet.
Social.
It was a little different, when I was a young lad at Snow Hill High School. Text messages were just becoming a thing. We really couldn't do anything other than maybe send some snail mail if you really wanted to talk some trash.
That would be pretty tough. Talking trash.
Yeah.
3 or 4 days later.
Or relay to an uncle who's at Newark Station, and then when he goes to work in Berlin, he can tell somebody. So that's what we should have got Newark Station to run some wings and stuff up here for the game tonight. little rivalry event. So, all right. Like we said, not pulling any punches. The pace of this game and the rhythm is literally moving at a snail's rate here. Like we said, with a little. I tried to get my grass cut yesterday and was moving at a little faster pace with this weather coming. So.
Right.
All right, I think we're finally ready to go here. It's like both teams lining up over the nose of the football, and we're going to get this Eagles possession rocking and rolling here. Zy Collick snaps. It's like he pitches to his right again, and number 23, Makai Waters, and he is absolutely stuck. Yep. Kareem Bolden is absolute, and he's
a beast on defense.
Yeah. And that one actually might have shook him up a little bit. It looks like he's coming over to the sidelines asking for a sub. But I tell you,
that was quite a hit.
When you mix his athleticism with instincts and IQ for football, you've got a weapon on your hands. So here he is. Look on the replay, Coach.
Oh, 6-yard loss.
Yeah, look, might have got him up under the
I think he probably got the wind knocked out of him.
Little wind. Yep.
I hope that's all it is.
So Bolden is announcing his presence with authority tonight. And we're only through not even through the first quarter here. So, all right, 2 minutes 30 seconds left. Ball is snapped. Looks like another draw again to Makai Waters. He's swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And I tell you what, Coach, Stephen Decatur has come out and really. They're dictating the pace.
Yes, they are.
Yep, they're dictating the pace, and they're deciding what's happening here on both sides of the football.
The line of scrimmage is moving backwards.
Yep.
There's another loss there.
Yep.
Was that down at 3rd and 18? Is that what it is now? Yes, 3rd and 18.
Yep. So you know too from watching so much football and being a longtime football fan, if you're an offensive lineman and that ball is snapped and somebody is in either in your gut or up in your shoulders right off the get-go, you can't create any holes for a running game whatsoever.
You're not firing off at all. They're reacting, not.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of interior line shifts on our defense too, so confusing the assignments. All right, looks like there's another stoppage of play here.
Well,
all right, so official stops for a music violation.
He just found the button on his microphone.
Yeah, found the button, and here we go. So ball snapped. Looks like a high snap here.
There he goes.
Yep.
That's the speed.
Yeah, so Zy Collick is out for a big gainer.
Yep.
Tackled at the 40-yard line on a big 3rd down conversion, 3rd and 18 conversion.
I'm amazed that this is the first time he's run the ball wide like that.
Right.
I mean, he is a very, very fast kid.
Exactly. Well, we've not called Jaisir Fields' name at all yet. He's not touched the football on offense, but it's been all Zy Collick, and boy, he really is a tough weapon. And he shook up on that play.
Penalty.
He's actually still on the sideline.
There's a penalty on the play.
Okay. All right.
It looks like it's on Snow Hill.
All right. So we've got a penalty on the play here. Looks like we'll wait and see.
Play a little like dust in the wind or something next time.
Yeah, another one bites the dust. Yeah.
All right. So No, maybe there's not, Coach. I'm not real sure.
Well, he went all the way out to the 40 unless he stepped out. It must have
Yeah,
stepped-
he stepped out of bounds.
There's a flag in there.
There is a flag. We don't really know what's going on, folks.
They're not making very good signals. I mean, they're you know, if you ever watch on TV, they come out to the middle and
Sure, yeah,
know,
or get together, with a lot of the wind, and they might be trying to holler out to each other, what actually is going on. You might be a little more beneficial to get together and, and then announce it.
Yep.
All right, so it's 3rd down and 10.
Right. Well, the penalty was probably, down the field. It was spot foul, so it's back to
Okay, so all right, so that's why we've got Coach Russo here trying to limit. But I'm not real sure. There's a lot of discussion going on.
They're still talking.
And still talking. So.
Yeah, they'll have to watch out for that quarterback keeper, especially on those wide runs.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's very fast.
Yeah. All right, so we should be getting the call here. Oh, so it was a holding call.
Okay.
All right, so it's 3rd down. If it was third and long, and then it was a holding call.
See, I thought it would have been a clip downfield, and then because it was 2nd and 18. I mean, they were back.
Yeah, well, it was 3rd and 18, and if it was a hold on the play, then it should be. Sorry, we're trying to figure it out too. We apologize, folks, but just understand that we're trying to make it as smooth and as easy as possible. So the ball is snapped again, and there's Jaisir Fields. Hand to him, and Salito in with a big tackle. And David Chandler, my goodness, coming from that free safety spot and absolutely levels Jaisir Fields. And he is absolutely feeling that hit, folks. All right, so it looks like they're going to have to bring punt team on again. 4th down. Here's a highlight, Coach. Look at this. So Salito meets him at point of contact. And David Chandler.
Salito got there first, and then Chandler just finished the job.
Finished the job, and you could hear it up in the booth on that hit.
So about 4th and 8.
Yeah, 4th and 8. Punt team coming out. 15 seconds left or so in the quarter. Ball snapped. It's away, and it's a shank. It looks like it goes out of bounds on Snow Hill's own 42-yard line. 15-0, everybody. We appreciate you tuning in. If Jim Cantori shows up, we know we got to move at a little faster pace because the storm is coming, but he's not here yet.
We've got to get out of the first quarter. Anyway.
Yeah, we got to get out of the first quarter. We'll be right back. Hey, we've got a comedy show up here in the booth, folks. We are back live. All right. Coleman snaps the football, hands off. Looks like to number, is it 14?
He's still running. Oh,
and he's got a big gainer.
He's into the end zone.
Jamie and Purnell on a draw, and just like that, as we're laughing, Decatur is cheering, and we are up.
It looked like he was going down.
21-0.
Around the 35-yard line, it looked like he was going down, but he put his hand on, kept his balance. Was gone.
Absolutely. That was a nice shot. He looked like he was tackled almost right at the line of scrimmage. We'll get
had his head down.
Yeah, we're getting a highlight replay coming in here, but what a heck of a job by Jamie and Purnell. My goodness. And I tell you what, with 2 seconds left here in the first quarter, a 21 or 22-0 score is exactly what you're looking for if you're the Stephen Decatur Seahawks.
Yep. There's a snap through the uprights.
All right, and the kick is good. So in the blink of an eye, we're going to go back on another quick break. We'll see if there's any more comedians in the booth. 22-0, Stephen Decatur. All right, we're back 22-0, 2 seconds left in the first quarter. Just enough time for a kickoff, and Coach, the wind's picking up.
Yes, it is.
Yep, it's picking up. So we're getting a little bit closer here to a tropical storm arrival, and it just took a quick second and stepped out of the booth, and it's sustained 15-20 or more
there
right
it goes
now.
through the end zone again.
Yeah, and actually kicked through the uprights.
That was
time.
about a yard further than the last one. That was actually a yard out of the back of the end zone.
Yep. So Eastlack putting on another show, and I know he's going to be frustrated about snapping his streak with that ball kicked out of bounds, but. Hey, he'll get over it. He's a high school kid. He'll think about it for about 5 seconds. So, all right. So Snow Hill is.
They need to move the ball here.
They need to move the ball. Even if they don't score, Coach, I think moving the football here and having a long drive into the second quarter, I mean, you don't want to go down by any more than.
No, they don't want to give us the ball again without at least scoring. Or
Absolutely.
At least, like you said, moving it down so they can change the field position a little bit.
Oh, yeah. So 2 seconds left, like we said. First quarter, 22-0. Got time for one play. We'll see what they go with here. All right, Zykolik back. Looks like he's lining everybody up for the snap. And they've got a very slow pace here. We're talking about they were throwing some wrinkles in. Not sure if there's some confusion, but snap to Kolik. He runs right up the gut for about a 3-yard gain, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. Coach, going into the second quarter, what do you think for the Stephen Decatur Seahawks here? Another quick key or focus for them?
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Keep doing what you're doing.
I don't think they need to throw very much.
No, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Their running game is the best I've seen it in a number of years tonight. They're actually getting some holes running.
Sure.
That last play, that touchdown was very impressive.
Yeah.
It was very impressive.
And in a lot of your tenure here with calling so many games, and it was almost seemed like it was one feature back.
Yeah.
You have all the, the Tate lineage. And
Bob Knox liked to feed his running backs.
Yeah, feed one guy. He had a bell cow, Coach Knox.
I remember a game where I think it was Tate. I don't remember who it was, but one of our running backs got the ball 15 straight plays.
15 straight plays.
I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, and no sympathy from Coach Knox whatsoever.
No, not at all. Just kept handing it off. And, of course, he was doing well, but still, 15 straight plays.
Yeah, you got it right. You hit the nail on the head there. Coach Knox's offense always featured a bell cow running back.
Yep.
And with Coach Coleman, it's spread out. It's multiple guys with multiple, talents and strengths. So
Bob had a little Woody Hayes mentality. This is a different era now.
It is. And hats off to him. And, he's a legend here, and he's got his name, on this field.
Right.
And there's a reason for that.
Sure.
So if you're just tuning in and you don't know who Coach Bob Knox is, take a look, type it into Google, and give Coach Knox the little tip of the cap, so to speak.
Yep. So we have 2nd and 8. Start the second quarter.
Yeah, 2nd down and 8 for the Eagles. Here to get ready and get going. Oh, there's a penalty flag on the play. Looks like the ball's thrown out of bounds. I don't know, it might be grounding. Didn't look like there was a receiver in the vicinity at all. So
no, number 72, an offensive lineman, was the only one close to that. Not even.
Yeah. So I don't know. It didn't look like they – oh, yeah, there's the late flag for grounding. Yep, there's the late flag. So 2 flags on the play. We pretty much know one is grounding. We'll see what the first penalty call is. Still waiting. Coach Coleman having a discussion with the officiating crew.
I think they're giving him his options, so it must be both on Snow Hill, I would think.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we can get Coach Stigler to see how many penalties have actually been called here in the first half. All right, so there's your grounding call.
I thought there were 2 flags.
Yeah, there was a first flag thrown. I'm not real sure what that was. They must have picked it up, or Coach Coleman declined it.
Yeah,
but they had to have been on Snow Hill.
He's got the microphone on now, but I don't think he has it Is there a volume knob on that microphone?
I don't know.
Doesn't sound like he's
I
very
tell you
loud.
what, it is whipping out there. So
yeah, that's
yeah. So and we're dealing with that too. So bear with us on our.
We have a little better situation in here.
yeah. And we can guess. You know what I mean? They don't have the ability to do that. So So the ball's backing up either way. 3rd down and 14, deep in the Snow Hills their own territory. Let's see what the defense draws up here. Bradshaw's backing up 2 deep safeties for Decatur. Going to make them try and throw it over their head. Collick's back. He's flushed, and he's tackled. Met by Zeke Lawson there and a handful of other Seahawks. Number 56, Garrett Maloney, in and having his nose on the football again. He was our Bobby Hammond tough man.
Right.
Tough man. So he gets his name called tonight and be 4th down and long for Snow Hill.
4th and 10.
All right, so I think Snow Hill is going to go with punt team again. Yeah, David Chandler and Evan Copeland are back for Stephen Decatur here. Wind is at Snow Hill's back here a little bit, so when they
move back
if they catch it flush, and the snap's not great, but he gets it away. Pure athleticism there, and that's a nice punt.
Yeah.
For Collick there, out on all the way to Stephen Decatur's own 37-yard line.
He was really rushed on that punt, and he got it away.
Yeah.
He did a little bit of that side action you see with punters now. They step to the side and kick.
Yeah, give it a read. Zy Collick is enough of an athlete. If he sees a window, he's probably got a green light to go ahead and take off.
I'm sure that's why he's the punter. He kicks well, but also he's a threat back there.
Absolutely. A lot of multifaceted football players, a lot of Swiss Army knife guys out here for both Snow Hill and
on the high school level,
Decatur.
if you have a kid that has a talent, you want to get that talent out there on the field and use it as much as you can.
Right. Well, we talked about that last week. You can in high school football, especially in the Bayside, you're going to have your schemes and your philosophies and all that. But if you've got an athlete, a pure athlete who can beat his man every single play,
you got to get him involved.
You got to get him involved. So, absolutely. All right. So Stephen Decatur takes over at their own 38-yard line. And ball snap. Trey Dorn with a little shimmy shake, but he's tackled by number 3, Elijah Cotton. Nice job there by Cotton, staying in pursuit of Dorn.
Yeah, Dorn was running side to side, not down the field.
So Coach Coleman and Coach Croto definitely want to see nice little shimmy beating his first man, but then forward. Then forward,
Yep.
So Dorn a little bit slow after his initial move tonight, so we'll see if he adjusts.
They called a penalty on us.
Oh.
A holding, I think, is the call. Yeah. Yep, holding.
Okay, so a holding call on Stephen Decatur. Boy, the flags have been not only buzzing here with the wind coming in with the tropical storm, but there's a lot of flags being flying around on this football field tonight. I can tell you that much. So we'll see if both teams can clean it up and get out of here before the monsoon arrives. But
so far, so good. It's 5:41 and not a drop of rain yet.
Yeah, not a drop of rain, so it's holding off for them and the fans as well that made the trip up from Snow Hill, and our fans here. We're glad to see you. Coleman drops back and almost picked off. Read nicely again by Elijah Cotton. Boy, Cotton is getting his number called on the broadcast. He's doing a really nice job, especially this possession.
Somebody didn't do the right thing. Coleman is yelling across to one of his receivers that he didn't go the right way, or I don't know what it was, but he definitely was telling him that he did something wrong.
Yeah, there was some miscommunication there. It looks like there was a route that was not run properly.
And Snow Hill kid stepped in there and almost had himself a pick six.
Yeah, so you got Tribe-Wise out left, 2 wide outs over here on the left, and you got number 5, Maury Manuel in the backfield now. And he hands it to Maury up the gut. Big run, still on his feet.
Over the 35.
Tackled to the 35-yard line. So that's a nice job cutting into that 2nd and 20.
Yep.
Getting a little 3rd and manageable here for Stephen Decatur.
Yeah. Yep. 3rd and 13.
So it's 3rd and 13, 10 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Ball is on the 35-yard line of Stephen Decatur. We'll see what Coach Croto and Coleman draw up here. See if they put the ball in the air. Going a different direction now, so it's not quite as easy throwing into that wind going towards the school. So it's a design keeper. Coleman cuts up the middle.
Yep.
All right, he's at the tackled about the 42-yard line.
42-yard line.
All right, looks like Coach Coleman's going to bring on the punt team here. 4th down and 6. Snow Hill did a nice job, Coach Russo. Yeah. They had to have that stop on that drive.
The holding penalty certainly helped.
Yeah, that'll thwart many drives. If you watch a lot of football, you know, penalty, any kind of holding penalty is going to, you know, put a wrench in a drive. So
Coleman is in punt formation.
Oh, yeah. So another thing like with Zy Colic, I mean,
Same thing.
4th and 6, if he sees it.
Right, he'd probably take off.
Right. So I don't know.
I'm sure he'll kick this, but
we'll see what they do here. So the ball is snapped down. Coleman reads. He does get away. Line drive kick.
Oh.
Does a nice job. Gets a roll for himself.
Really?
And going to be down by Ethan Bradshaw on the 12-yard line. So nice read, and there it is again. The quarterbacks are also the punters.
That punt never got more than 5 feet off the ground.
No, and that, I mean, that's a, you know, with that wind blowing right in his face, that was absolutely perfect job.
Yeah,
so
he got the distance. That's all we need.
Yeah, so you're not going to see 2 more athletic quarterbacks than Zy Colic and Bryson Coleman doing their thing out here on a Eastern Shore, beautiful, Del Marvelous Eastern Shore
looks like
Friday
they're
night.
spotting it. We're at the 13. Is that where it is? 13.
All right. So it's going to be deep in Snow Hills territory here. And here's where you kind of see like body language guys. A lot Snow Hill guys, you know, they can't sub in and out as much. Right. Looks like there's already some fatigue setting in here with about 8.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Now they're running quad wide. They got quad wideouts to the left.
Yeah.
All right, so Zy Colic takes a snap. Looks like he's throwing up and out of bounds.
He wants to spread it out so that if he does try to run, he has some room to go. Yeah. I think that's why they're using those.
But as you see right there, you know, Colic threw off his back foot, gets the ball up into the wind, and it just floats right out of bounds, you know, under the Decatur sideline. So
you know that they have a bigger squad than I've seen them have in recent years, but I did notice, I think 39 names on the roster, but like 8 of them were freshmen.
Yeah.
So I think probably those are JV kids.
Yeah, coming up.
He brings them up here.
And they played Monday, and I tell you what, Snow Hills JV did a very nice job. They beat Stephen Decatur's JV on Monday. Yeah, in a scrimmage. It was like a set-up scrimmage, which is great for both programs. Yeah. Yeah, so.
But I think that's probably, you're right about them substituting. They can't really sub all those
it's
guys.
Hard to sub guys off. So, you know.
When they're freshmen.
Right.
It's a lot to ask.
Right. So when the defense is having to be out on the field quite a bit, they're gonna be some gas there. So. Yep. All right. Looks like Chandler and Bradshaw are 2 deep safeties again for Stephen Decatur. All right. Zeke Lawson in the middle. He reads and gets Kyle, and nice job.
Yep.
Nice job by Zeke to see that QB draw right off the get-go.
You don't want to let him get going.
No. Number 20, Sully Alker in there again. That was a nice job. Sully in there helping him out. Yep.
What you want to do is surround him. Uh-oh, a hold.
Uh-oh.
Hold on Snow Hill.
You're kidding me. Hold the phone, everybody.
Hold the phone.
Hold the phone. Hold the flag, actually. It's kind of crazy the amount of holding calls we've had.
We might be in contention for some records tonight.
Could be.
Officiating.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Coach Russo. Isn't the old saying in football is you could call a hold on every single play?
And they are.
And they are. Yep.
It seems like we have had a lot of penalties.
Yeah, we definitely have. That's for sure. You know, and there could be some, communication issues. The wind's howling down there.
Right.
Snap counts and assignments and stuff like that could be tricky to hear. So.
Right. So where are we now?
Second 15. Looks like the ball's on Snow Hill's 8-yard line. So really deep.
Yeah, it's inside the 10. You're right. It looks like the 8.
Yeah. So we'll see what the defense does here if they're going to bring pressure or not. It looks like everybody's lined up in man coverage. So. Chandler, the safety at the top. Colic rolls left. Oh, and he's in the end zone. He's going to have to get rid of it and swatted out of the back of the end zone by Tribe-Wise. 6'5" with a 7'5" wingspan. You're not going to get that pass off.
No, that pass didn't have much of a chance. It went about a foot off his hand and swatted in behind the end zone.
Yep. And we've got some athletes out here tonight, folks, but I tell you, if you're running laterally or if you're running in reverse, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble, yeah.
Yeah, because you've got other athletes who are running you down. So that play really didn't have a chance right off.
No, it didn't.
Right from the snap. And
they were very fortunate, actually, that they just got an incomplete pass out of that.
Right, exactly.
Yep. They had him surrounded in the end zone, and he was actually heading for the end line. He was ready to run out of the back of the end zone.
And I know Coach Johnson's going to want to see some blocks like that against Snow Hill and basketball this year from Tribe, that's for sure.
You're correct. That is correct.
And make sure you get there early for both Decatur Snow Hill basketball games this year because they're going to be
some
two
good
great
action.
matchups for sure. All right. So it's 3rd and 15. Ball still on the 8-yard line.
Another penalty.
Another
My goodness.
delay game. So the Snow Hill did not get the ball away in time.
Oh, goodness.
So it looks like it's going to be back. That'll be a 5-yard penalty and back on the 3.
So they'll go back half the distance.
Yeah, so let's see if the defense decides to bring the house here.
It's just inside the 5 with the half the distance.
Okay,
penalty.
it's a half the distance. Okay, gotcha.
But
All
it's still inside the 5.
Yeah, inside the 5. So that's going to be tricky for Snow Hill here. They're going to need to be smart, but they're going to need to try and get some yards and give themselves some room to get the ball away if they do decide to punt.
If they do punt, they're going to have a short punt formation.
Right. Yeah, so
best way to punt in that situation is a direct snap to the quarterback and just let him kick it.
Right, absolutely.
Not even mess around with a long snap back.
Yeah, so tricky, little tricky, sticky situation here for Coach Hammond and the Snow Hill Eagles. 4th and 19. Ball is on the 4-yard line. 22-0 if you're just tuning in with us.
He's kicking it, no?
No, he's going to run it out. He's got space.
He's got room.
Yep, big gainer for Collie. He's going to pick up the first down.
Yep.
And a flag on the play. Another flag on the play. It looks like it might be a block in the back there.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Yep.
Might be.
It's really
what
looking like.
we used to call clipping in the old days. I've not heard that word clipping lately.
Yep. So we've lost some signal. All right, we're back. Let's see what we've got here.
Yep, that's going back.
Yeah, going to go back again. So another penalty takes.
They have to watch that kid. If he gets some open space, you can see the speed.
I'm telling you, he turned the corner from his own end zone.
Right.
Nobody there holding that edge.
Yep.
So that's going to be an adjustment for sure with special teams.
Holding.
But a holding call helps. Stephen Decatur.
Boy.
All right, so Coach Russo, we've
first down. He's calling it a first down. They got the first down even though they had the hold.
Oh, so
I don't understand that.
That's really, really interesting. So
he had gone past, but I don't think he was 15.
Yeah, so
10 yards past.
So there was a hold at the end of the play.
And they marched it back 10.
So they moved it back 10 yards, but Snow Hill retains possession.
And they got the first down on that.
And get the first down.
Boy, that's interesting. That's interesting.
So this is my 3rd game here. I haven't brought a rule book yet. I think we get a little reprieve for a couple weeks from the microphone. I'm going to really dive into the rule book here.
Yeah, I'd like to see that myself.
Yeah, we got to call him. We need Coach Stigler. He's up here with us tonight. I know everybody knows who Coach Stigler is, but he could be our Gene Steratore here. Our Dean Blandino. He might be our Dean Blandino tonight.
I think the longer this game goes, the more we're going to see this. And there it goes again.
Yep.
He's just going to run. They're just going to pass it. He's just going to – they're snapping it back to him, and then he's going to decide whether to pass or run.
Yeah, one read.
I think that's going to be their offense the rest of the night.
Yeah, take one look, and if the pocket collapses, then he's off to the races. So
I really think that they're going to forget about running a sort of a more traditional offense and just go with the quarterback as long as he can –
yeah, just scrap what you've got and just be reactive and be athletic. Because he's listed as an athlete on their roster, and you're seeing every ounce of that tonight. So 2nd down and 9, 7 minutes or so left in the second quarter, and the ball is on Snow Hill's 26-yard line. Very choppy pace so far to this ball game. We got 2 wide outs, split out wide on each side of the line of scrimmage.
He's in by himself.
Collick's back, takes a look. He's going to put the ball in the air. Turn, and little trip up from Dorn. Ball falls incomplete. Collick was trying to hit Jaisier Fields there.
Well, Dorn was in really good position there. He was behind the receiver, and that wasn't going to be completed.
Yeah. Now, ball floated again. Looks like he probably wanted to put that ball somewhere off on his sideline shoulder, and the ball, like you said, and the wind is really howling right now.
The pros, you see the pros do what they call the back shoulder, and now you don't see that in high school.
Yeah, it looks like. I mean,
that's what he needed.
Right,
like
Fields he ran a straight go route. No hitches at all.
Right.
So he, just a straight go route. Like if you're playing video games, just like a Hail Mary from your own 26, basically is what that play call was. So
when they rush him this time, they should be careful. They should surround him.
Yeah, it's going to look like they might have to do a spy here. Have Zeke Lawson just spy Collick the whole time. So we'll see if that adjustment's made. So Collick is back. Looks like a read. He's flush from the pocket. Gets rid of it. He's got a receiver open, and it's caught.
First down.
Big hit from Trey Dorn, but that's going to be a first down.
45.
For Snow Hill on a big completion. I tell you, Snow Hill has done a nice job on third downs. Yep. Getting some.
Well, there wasn't a big pass rush that time. He had time, and then he was able to sort of slip out to the sideline, toward the sideline, and find the receiver wide
almost
open.
like he dropped back maybe in a zone, a little bit of zone coverage there, and Collick did a nice job.
We were very passive on that. I think they were concerned about him running.
The football, yeah. See, that's
they were trying to surround him, but they still have to be aggressive, I think.
Yep. You still want to try and get after him and cause some chaos there. First down from the 46-yard line here. Collick's back, takes a look, and he tucks and he's down. Touched up by I thought it was Sully, but no, it was Tony Burke in there on the sack.
He looked to his right, and he saw Bolden coming, and he went down.
Yeah.
I don't know if he slipped or he just made an executive decision.
Right.
But he went down.
Definitely didn't see what he liked, and, it was a nice job getting down.
Bolden was ready to enter the scene, and he just –
All right, so second down and 16, ball on the 40-yard line, 5 minutes to go, 5.5 minutes or so here in the second quarter.
Just one safety back now.
Yeah, one safety deep. Chandler's been back just reading plays, looking for big threat, but he's come up into the line of scrimmage on a couple runs and really stuck guys.
Like a torpedo.
Now there's a linebacker blitz. And
good play by
Good
defensive play, yep.
Yep, Zeke Lawson through the line of scrimmage untouched, and Collick has to try and get it out to his screen.
Right.
Probably a second or two early and didn't let it develop.
It could have developed into something because he had a man out there, but he didn't have enough time to.
Yeah, he had the tight end Russell. With some room to spare, but Zeke was in there on him real quick, and he had to get rid of the football earlier than he wanted to. So, all right. Okay. All right, so big third down here, 3rd and 16. Ball's on the 40-yard line.
Yep. This could be another delay of game.
Yeah. Getting close to a delay of game here, so we'll see if Snow Hill gets the ball off, but they just did set the football, so. Collick is back. 4 wideouts again for Snow Hill. Looked like there was some early motion and design run. And Collick's got room to spare, but he looks like he's tackled 2 yards short by number 7.
He still had
Delonte Henry.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, 12 years. Sorry.
Thanks, he's 2 yards short of midfield.
Yeah, midfield. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, they're in good field position. If they want to take some chances here, they can probably do it. Oh.
Another flag on the play, folks. Goodness. Sorry about that.
We need a bigger flag or something.
A little heavier flag.
a big wide one that we can see. My eyesight isn't picking up that.
All right, another holding call. And like we said, folks, we don't know a whole heck of a lot about football, but we do know that you can call a hold on every single play. And if you want to slow the pace of play down, you'll call that hold every single time. So,
waiting for the rain.
Yeah, the rain is coming, but it's raining flags right now. So third down, looks like it's going to be 3rd and 16 again. No, 3rd and 18.
Yep, 3rd and 18.
All right, ball is on, looks like
37,
Snow Hill's own
30.
37 or so, 36 and a half, something like that.
Let's go, fans. It's 3rd down. Keep the noise coming.
The time of possession is definitely in Snow Hill's
Oh,
favor
yes,
for
absolutely.
sure.
Absolutely.
All right, so big 3rd down here for the Eagles. Ball snap, Collick takes a look. Ball's up in the air, looks like he's going for Jaisir Fields. It falls incomplete. So they try to big gainer there on 3rd down, and then if if Fields stays on his feet, he may have had a shot at that ball. But it's tough. It's tough out there. Tough sledding out there right now with this wind. So.
Yep.
All right. So 4th down and 18. Looks like Snow Hill's going to bring their punt team out again. Yep. So 4 minutes or so left in the 2nd quarter.
That's a big crowd over there from Snow Hill.
Yeah, we've had a nice crowd tonight.
They're not only in the stands; they're lined up all along the fence.
Flashback to to the days
days.
in the past,
Yep,
So, the
yep.
ball is kicked way high in the air.
It's out of bounds.
Out of bounds
Good
on about
kick.
the 22-yard line. So nice kick by Collick.
Yep.
And Decatur will get ready and take over on their own 22-yard line. All right, folks, we appreciate it. Thanks for bearing with us and bearing the weather. Everybody be safe out there. It's an absolute pleasure doing this for you guys. We'll be right back. All right, we're back in action here. Stephen Decatur getting ready to take over, or is taking over on offense on the 22-yard line. We'll see. They're going, wind is in their face, and it is blowing a steady 20 to 25 right now.
Nice time to work on the running game here.
Absolutely. They're going to try and
22-point lead. Just try to drive it on the ground. You have 4 minutes. Still have timeouts remaining. You can.
Yeah, there's plenty of
really
time.
don't have to pass here.
No, and the offensive line has been a really the strength of this team moving forward. So.
Oh, he's passing.
Yep, Coleman's rolling out right.
It's complete.
We got Tribe Wise for about 9 yards or so right there. Nice play call. Rolls out.
Short pass. It didn't have to really go very far through the air, so the wind didn't really affect it.
Right, exactly. So, 7-yard gain for Wise. Getting it out quick, and Bryson does a nice job, just line drive throws, trusting his receivers and their ability, catch the ball with their hands, not with their body.
Right.
And getting it out with some zip on it. So, all right, Coleman's got it. Steps back, 2-step drop, hits Salido for a first down.
35 yards.
Yeah, ball at the 35. So about another 7-yard gain or so.
So much for my
on the catch.
So much for my plan.
Yeah, proving. Hey, I think Coach Croto down there hears what we say, and I think he just plays his own little game down there.
Okay.
So, yep. Yep. So first down, Stephen Decatur ball on the 35-yard line. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first half.
And that last play went out of bounds, so that stopped the clock.
Yeah,
which
stopped
is good.
the clock. So it's a nice job by Salido, fighting through contact, getting out of bounds there. So got Salido and Wise over here on the Decatur sideline, split out wide. Looks like Henry and Ev Copeland over on the right. Coleman one step, hits Copeland for a big gainer, breaks one tackle.
Crosses midfield.
Yeah, yards, little yak there for Evan Copeland, yards after contact.
He might have gotten the first down, I think.
Yeah, it looks like about 11 or 12-yard gain, Coach, I'd say.
They're putting it. Yeah, they're spotting it at the 45, just
45.
outside the 45. Yeah.
So 3 pass
Okay.
plays right in a row.
No, they're spotting it. Okay. They're a little short.
Just
About
a hair
half
short.
a yard short.
Okay, so about a 9-yard gain there. Nobody said our eyesight was great, but our effort is there. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so,
wait. Are they called that a first down?
yeah, gave him first down.
Well, no. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They don't even have the.
Yep.
They didn't have.
Another big gainer for
Woo!
Jamarian Purnell. Boy, 2 handoffs, and just seeing the explosiveness from Jamian.
That kid looks good.
Hey, in on the scene, and I'm telling you.
Short
Yeah.
and quick.
Yeah, hey, and just big burst from Jamian. You know, Coach Coleman raves about him, says he just has been having great practices.
They have him listed at 5'5", 148 pounds. And that's that kind of guy, when he gets through the hole,
and lightning fast.
it's hard to find him.
Yes, and lightning fast.
Yeah, he's having a big night tonight. He's probably thrilled. He's a senior too, right?
Oh yeah. No, I think he's. Oh yeah, he is a senior. Yeah,
So
I
this
thought
is
Jamian was
probably
a junior. Sorry.
the highlight of his career so far.
Bob will snap, but they get it away. Jamian's got it again. He's out quick, turns the corner, cuts.
Look at that cut. That was a nice cut.
Yeah.
I like to see a ball carrier that gets low like that. And
All right, here's our highlight from Jamian's the draw play 2 plays ago. So
he just
just
gets-
quick burst and running with his pads low to the ground.
Right. Very impressive.
I mean, one more tackle to beat there, and he's off to the house. So.
And, if they scouted
series
us, they
for him.
didn't see him carrying the ball.
No, he's not carried much this year so far.
I
So
don't think I remember him carrying it all last week.
no. So had a
They're
great week at practice, and he's in the
They're
scheme
probably
this
wondering
week.
who the heck he is.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him again. Does a nice
Jeez.
job holding on to the football. It was
Another
almost
first time.
stripped out. And getting him subbed out now. So round of applause for Jamian Purnell. I mean, that was quite the set of 4 plays right there
Really?
for him. So
Very impressive.
yeah. So they got on the other side of the 50 or so, and they listened to you, Coach, about running the football.
Now they're running the ball, right?
Yeah, now they're running it. So
They have
all
plenty
right.
of time. Plenty
So
of time. 152.
yeah.
Timeout's been called. So
Yep. So we'll be
Good
right
shape.
back with you. We appreciate it. 22-0. Stephen Decatur driving, heading into the red zone. We'll be right back. All right, so we had a little chat with Coach Croto. He was playing his own game there. He heard Pat or Coach Russo to many folks talking about what he thought the drive would look like and went polar opposite now. So we're just kidding. Coach Croto up here doing a great job learning so much about him. So we'll see if Decatur can get in the end zone here before half. So snap to Coleman. See hands off to number 5, Mari Manuel. So they went with another draw run right off the guards again. So I mean, it worked. Been working at big chunks. So
about 4-yard gain.
yeah. So number 3, Elijah Cotton again in on the tackle for Snow Hill. He's really done a nice job for them on defense, especially. Keandre Nixon was in there as well, and number 9, Justin Shipley. Looks like he's playing middle linebacker for Snow Hill, was also in on that tackle. All right, so Coleman snaps. He runs right, throws it up. Ball floats a little bit, and it's caught, but out of bounds.
Oh, out of bounds.
By Evan Copeland. Did a nice job going up.
He took that right away from the defender.
Oh, yeah, went way up over the defender. Looks like Ja'Kai Bolware in coverage, so.
Yeah, he had it well covered.
Yeah.
It was just basically fight for the ball, and he won it, but unfortunately he couldn't stay in bounds.
And Jakai is actually the son of one of my former teammates at Snow Hill back in the day, Andre Boulware.
Okay.
So I'm sure Andre's over on the sidelines over there. If not, if he's listening, Dre, I'm enjoying watching your son play. Makes me feel old, okay, watching these kids play, but really enjoy seeing him out there for the Eagles tonight. So
we have third.
Yeah, third down and 6 here. 4 wideouts for the Seahawks. Jamian's back in. So Coleman drops back. He's looking.
There's a penalty.
Flush the ring. There's a penalty on the play, probably a hold. Caught by Wise out of the back of the end zone, looks like.
Yeah.
We'll see what the penalty is.
Yeah, he did.
So we'll see what the flag is here, and I'm not sure on 4th and 6 what the wind's doing. Maybe I don't know if they'll let Eastlag go for, they'll repeat third down if it is a hold.
They're probably going to take the play, I would think.
Yeah, I would think. We'll see what Snow Hill decides. Not sure what the call is. Still waiting.
Yeah.
Okay, little
holding. Defensive
holding. Okay. All right, so
that's a first time.
Yeah,
too.
so when you if you're coaching football and you're the coordinators and such, and if you have to wait a little bit for flags and decisions and acceptance and stuff like that, it definitely takes time, and
it should be. Well, I guess it is an automatic first down. I thought it was an automatic first down.
Yeah, so
it's third down.
Yeah, it's third down and 1 here. Yep, 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
58 seconds left to go in the half ball on Snow Hill's 12-yard line.
That's another difference between the pro game and high school game.
I'd look for a keeper here to Coleman. Design QB draw of some kind here. Let the line do work.
No, he's giving it off.
He hands it to Jim. And it looks like he's tackled in the backfield, and he did not get it.
Yeah, he didn't get it.
He did not get it.
A 4th down here.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't run it himself.
Yeah, a little RPO pull and go, and he had Snow Hill's defensive line completely collapsed on. Jamie.
They sold out on the first man. That's for sure.
Sold
now
out.
It's 4th and 3 or 4.
Yeah, sold out on the first man.
4th and 3.
Yep. So the clock's ticking. We got about 25 seconds left to go in the half here. 4th down and 3. Coleman back. Jamian is beside him here. Sakari Baker in motion. Coleman rolls right on. Looks like it's going to be on the keep, and looks like he's right at the line again. And a flag flies again.
Good grief,
folks! And if you please take our chatter about the flags as not being partial to one side or other. It's for both teams.
They're calling them on both teams.
On both teams excessively. Yes. I think for a high school football matchup.
Seems like it. And I guess this might be a personal foul. Hold.
Okay, so. All right, so another holding call, this time on the offense.
That flag was thrown after the runner was out of bounds. That hold had to be, where could it have been?
Yeah, I'm not real sure. I mean, maybe
I thought it was going to be a personal foul or something.
Yeah, maybe because it looked like it might have been grabbed at the horse collar late. Not real sure from.
So it's 4th
it's hard
down
to tell.
now, and still 4th and 3. Well, how can it be 4th and 3 again? If it was holding?
Yeah, so
I don't understand.
Yeah, so massive amounts of confusion here as the half is slowly dwindling to an end.
Very confusing.
It's getting to the point now, Coach, where it's almost borderline unfair for both coaching staffs.
Okay, now they're marking off the holding penalty 10 yards back.
Okay, yeah, so they've backed it up now. So it should be 4th and 13.
I think so. No, wait a minute.
Oh, you're going to bring – okay, so they are going to bring Eastlack in for a field goal attempt here.
Yeah.
Wind in his face, so a little bit of it. Now we've got a little excitement back.
I watched him kicking from the 40 pre-game. I watched him kicking from the 40 pre-game.
Yeah, into the wind, right?
Into this wind on this side.
Okay.
And he wasn't doing it with the holder. He was doing it with – he had the ball on him.
Yeah, on the tee.
And he was kicking him through.
All right, so we'll see.
So I think he's got the leg. This will be 40, 41
really
yards.
Interesting to watch here. So Eastlake's back. High snap. Coleman gets it down. Ball's away. And just short.
I think he got thrown off a little bit by the rush.
Yeah. Yeah,
the
the
rush
Snow Hill
to-
got in there. There was a high snap, and
Yeah.
the defenders were in and around him very quickly. But that was a heck of an effort by Brogan.
You know, there's going to be a little bit of a mixed message, I think, at halftime here because we've moved the ball well, but we've had a lot of mistakes.
A lot of mistakes. And I tell you what, I mean, it's really been both sides because Zy Colic has moved the ball well, you know, at times for Snow Hill, and there's been penalties there that have
I don't
kind
think
of thwarted
Coach
some
Coleman's
effort.
going to be really thrilled at halftime, even though he's up 22-0. A lot of mistakes, too many.
Yeah, and you know, and I think that is probably a little bit of part of the game plan when teams come here or face off against Stephen Decatur is make it ugly.
Well,
Make
sure.
it try and
they
make
wanna
it an
slow
ugly
it down.
game and force us into our own mistakes.
Yeah,
and,
they do not want to try to match scores with us.
Sure,
that's for sure.
I mean, they've both teams, this Bennett and Snow Hill, have slowed it down. So
there it is, the end of the first half.
all right, so end of the first half here. We haven't really had maybe a little sprinkles of rain so far, but not too much. It's been holding off for us. So 22-0, Stephen Decatur. We'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. We appreciate you joining in, and we'll be right back. All right, halftime winding down here. Got about a minute and 30 seconds left. Teams are out stretching, getting loose. Coach Russo and I coming back in action with you here. Looks like we're still holding off. No rain yet, Coach.
No rain.
No rain. Just was down on the track for a few minutes and watching the kids.
It's about 6:30 and no rain yet.
And no rain, so
maybe we'll get through this.
It's been a good thing. Yeah, it's been a good thing. And a big crowd was just going down, seeing, touching base with people who are here and whatnot. And good crowd on both sides. So we're really, really happy for that and happy for you all tuning in here. And, Coach, so I'm going to ask you real quick. We like to do this every week, and we do it on the fly a lot too, but halftime adjustments. What are you looking for from Snow Hill coming out of the gate here?
I really think they're going to mod up. They're just going to simplify their offense. They're going to have their quarterback, Colick, handle the ball every play and either pass or run. I don't think we're going to see much of a sort of a traditional handoff to the halfback kind of running game. I think it's going to be Colick.
Right, and they've got to go quick. Like last week, Bennett never sped up the tempo. They were down by 3 scores at the half. Never sped up the tempo. So if I'm Snow Hill and you know I'm Coach Hammond, then we got to go. You know, you got to pick the pace up. Got to try and get on the scoreboard because, like we said last week, if Decatur scores first here in the second half, then that you're getting close to running clock then, and
Colick,
that's a wrap.
Like I said, he's the key for them on offense. For Decatur on offense, they just have to avoid the penalties.
Right.
They would have scored a touchdown at the end there if they hadn't been penalized so much. If they can avoid the penalties, they can just keep doing what they're doing.
You're probably maybe not at that 35-point mark, but you're getting close to it without the ample holds and the vibe amongst friends and family that I know down the track from both Snow Hill and Stephen Decatur is, want the officiating crew to kind of, just let these kids get into a little bit of a rhythm because, I mean, realistically, if it gets wet out there and, you're getting choppy and calling flags on every play, somebody's going to end up getting hurt.
Yeah, certainly don't want that to happen.
Certainly don't want that to happen. So, but we do appreciate these officiating crews and everybody who is a part of making Bayside athletics work. So, we're getting ready for second half kickoff, Coach.
Yes, sir.
And we'll be back in just about 30 seconds. All right, Coach Russo, second half football here. No rain. If you're just joining us again, it's 22-0. Stephen Decatur. Kareem Bolden took the opening kickoff back. What was it, about 80-yard return or so?
80-yard return, right.
Yeah, so we had fireworks right off the get-go, and Snow Hill had just gotten off the bus, believe it or not. They were a little late for arriving, and as soon as they stepped out on the field, Kareem Bolden took the opening kickoff back. So little highlights there. A lot of gamesmanship going on. Two teams, they really don't, you're just going to call it like it is. Don't really like each other very much.
Rivals,
so
Connie rivals.
Yeah, so
we'll see if Eastlack can put one through the end zone again.
Yeah, so Eastlack kicks.
Looks like it. Yep.
End over end and right out the back of the end zone for a touchback. So he started a new streak. That's 3 or 4 in a row now.
Right.
And we're getting ready for some second half football action here. So we were just talking some too. We had a couple keys, if you were watching there with the last few minutes ticking off halftime. But Coach Russo, we said Coach Coleman is going to want to see a cleaner second half from his offense.
Right.
So in terms of holding penalties and being, there's some laziness involved there, The adrenaline slows down. You can tend to get your feet slowed down with the adrenaline.
And then your arms come out.
And the arms come out, absolutely. So, all right. So Snow Hill is going to start on their own 20-yard line. Looks like Chandler's getting moved back and forth. He's one deep, but he's actually coming up to the line of scrimmage here, and they're going to play man. No, look, he's floating back now.
He's all over the place.
Yeah. Actually, Tribe over here on the defensive line with his hand down here to start off the second half.
A defensive end.
Yeah. All right, one back in motion. Looks like Collick's going to keep. He's going to come back to his left, and he's, a block in the back. And we talked about penalties and tackled out of bounds by Mari Manuel, but that's going to be a clear block in the back, and we've got two guys injured. Looks like Tribe-wise is one.
One's gotten up. So, and they're both up, actually.
And Delonte's the other.
They're okay. They're both okay.
Well, folks, so if you're looking to learn a lot about penalties in a high school football game, you've come to the right place. You're either watching live or you're watching on TV, and you are seeing plenty of penalties. The key, they did not take the key to the
penalty
game.
clinic.
Yeah, it's a penalty clinic, that's for sure. And if you push rewind on YouTube, you'll see an absolutely blatant block in the back. So,
yep.
Anyhow, so the clock is stopped again. Choppy start.
See, what he tried to do, though, that was dangerous because the Colic started moving to his right, and then he cut back, and he had some space over there. Fortunately, the clips ended the play.
Yeah, right. So, you
got
might
to watch him.
I ain't got to tell Zeke Lawson, you got to look at his eyes. I mean, because all your line, they're going to try and everybody's going to move one direction, but Colic has the ability to plant, and he's going the opposite direction with nobody in sight. So, little QB spy maybe from Zeke. Looks like he's turned around looking for his assignment, believe it or not.
Just have to surround him just to make sure he doesn't get outside.
Yep. All right, so first down and 20. Ball on the 10-yard line of Snow Hill. Snap to Colic. He rolls right. Plants again. Looks like he's going to keep. Misses one man. Salito in on the tackle.
This is exactly what I thought we were going to see.
No game. Yep,
this
no
is what
game.
We're going to see.
Yep. So Coach Russo absolutely spot on so far, and realizing that it's just everything's in Colic's hands. Right. It's his decisions, and we'll see if Snow Hill can get the ball moving, but not off to a great start for the Eagles so far.
No. Second and long.
Yep. All right. Second and 21. 11 minutes left to go. Ball on the 9-yard line. Look, folks, we really want to give our hats off. Take a second here while they're getting everything lined up for all of our sponsors. We'll reel you off by name here shortly, but for making all this possible for our kids and allowing fans from Snow Hill and Berlin, Newark, Liberty Town, all the above here, all the names that all my old hunting spots I won't give away, to be able to watch a big county matchup with 2 3-0 teams. So.
There's a regular running play into the middle.
Yeah, that's our first draw in quite some time. Handed off to number 4, Dejon Johnson, the fullback.
So they have to give the quarterback a rest. He can't just be every play, because it's just physically.
Yeah, it was just a scramble. I think probably their last 9 or 10. Now he did mix a couple pass plays in there.
He's got to be getting a little tired, even though it's just the beginning of the second half. He's been in a lot of action.
He's ran a lot. He's got a lot of miles on the on his feet. That's for sure.
That's for sure. And he's not really a big guy. He's not a real big kid.
No, probably less than 5% body fat, chiseled athlete, just absolutely high motor, and he's had a lot on him so far, and just a little over half of football. So.
Yep.
All right, third and long.
Four receivers out there.
Rolling to his right. Looks like he's going to have to just throw the ball away.
That's going to be grounding.
Yeah, and
that looks like grounding.
Yeah, I don't know. And number 12, Brooks Croswell, was downfield here around the 30, but not really in the window.
That ball was thrown out at the 15. I mean, I guess they're not going to call it.
And that would have been, if grounding in the end zone would have been a safety, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, grounding in the end zone is a safety.
Yeah, so.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm glad they didn't call it. It'll move things along a little bit.
Yeah, tuck those flags down in those rain, the rain gear tonight, and let's play a good half of football.
So we have fourth down here and 21.
4th and 21, and
Colic is in punt formation.
Yeah, I saw it as soon as
Yeah, so you know he's, I mean, just probably not a straight punt here. I mean, wind is howling in his face. So we'll see the decision he makes. All right, ball snapped, and he gets it away, and it's off the inside of his toe, and he's lucky to get it. Got to the 31-yard line or so. All right.
Yeah.
So Decatur with a 4-and-out, one block in the back helped them out a little bit. So they'll take over on offense here in about 30 seconds. We'll be right back. All right, so Decatur set to take over here. Ball is on Snow Hill's 31-yard line. Looks like Trey Dorn in the backfield with Coleman. Trips wide receivers off to the left. Looks like Delonte Henry wide, split out wide right here. Coleman takes a snap, quick one-hitter to Kareem Bolden. And it looks like Tribe with a missed blocking assignment on that quick wide receiver screen there, and Snow Hill swallowed that up right off the get-go.
Loss of a couple. And that quick pass in the flat, got to have that block.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, if you know the play call's coming, you got to get to the spot and keep your assignment and keep your man off of there, because absolutely, Kareem had no chance to go anywhere. He was tackled as soon as he caught the football.
Yep.
So, all right. 2nd and 12 now. Bolden in motion. Coleman scrambles right. Hits Salido over the middle. We've got a 23-yard pass play. Nice job by Coleman finding Salido, just slipping through the seams there.
One thing about Salido, when he catches the ball, who is ever tackling him is on for a ride.
There you are.
He rode 5 yards with him that time.
All right, so look, here's our highlight, Coach.
Here's our highlight.
Yeah, so Bolden in motion as Coleman scrambles and hits Salido.
Yeah, we just saw the replay, and Tri Wise was wide open into the end zone on that play. But
he might get it if he hadn't missed his blocking assignment before.
Maybe that's why he didn't get the ball that time, yeah.
Right. So snap to Coleman. Looks like he's going to hand it off to Trey Dorn. Makes a couple guys miss.
Yeah, he made a nice
little extracurricular there in the background. Garrett Maloney took
5-yard line.
Yeah, down about the 5. Ball stopped on the 5 by Dorn, but Maloney in with the Eagles defender, and they kept the party going all the way in the end zone. It was a pancake. Yep.
2nd and goal.
All
on
right.
the 6-yard line.
The wind at their back, but it's been everything on the ground except the pass play to Salido. Boy, Salido just slips through the seams with these guys on these routes. He's hard to defend.
He's tough to defend.
All right, snap to Coleman. He keeps. Oh, and off the hands of Bolden, a short touchdown. And the ball is dropped.
3rd down.
So they'll repeat. 3rd down here. Right. So that ball was right on the money. Little extra zip. Wind might have made it wobble just a hair.
Yep. It was pretty tough to handle from close up. Could have made the play, but it would have been a tough catch.
Yeah, if you heard some chairs and stuff in the booth, that was actually the press box shifting around a little bit on that wind gust.
I don't like that feeling.
That ain't moving, but as Coach Sigger said, it ain't moving yet. So, yeah, we're all right. So snap, Coleman reads, he keeps. Ooh, and a big hit by number 3, Elijah Cotton. Not sure how many he got there. I think he's going to be short.
4th down at the 5.
Yeah, 4th and 5 at the 5. So nice job by Snow Hill keeping Decatur out of the end zone.
I'm sure
and Eastlack and the
Coach
kick
Coleman
team
isn't too happy about that last series of downs.
Yeah, so like you said, Coach, you notice getting into the red zone and kind of stalling out a little bit.
2 times in a row now.
Yep, kind of stalling out.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Bolden did drop the touchdown pass there, but the kick is up, and it's good.
Yeah.
So Decatur tacks on 3 more.
Yeah.
25-0. Got midway through the 3rd quarter with no rain yet, but the wind is picking up. We appreciate you all tuning in. We'll be right back.
Eastlack is teeing up. We get to see if he can continue his streak of touchbacks. Trying to keep it on the tee. The wind is picking up.
Yes, it is. So I just felt the press box move and got a little wiggly, and I got a lot of eyes like, buddy, I don't know what you think, but that's nothing.
I can tell some stories about the old press box that we used to have. It wasn't even attached to the stadium.
I think if we need to do some Hawk Talk extras and get some stories in there. You know what I mean?
And there it goes.
Yep.
That's another long one right through the end zone.
All the way. Yep.
Lands on the green behind the end zone.
Yep, so Eastlack blasts one all the way down to Principal Zimmer's office at Worcester Technical High School. And Snow Hill will get ready and take over here with about 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, about the easiest job here tonight is the receiver from Snow Hill on those kickoffs.
I'm telling you.
All he does is just look up and watch it fly overhead.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, and it is a real thing when a kicker can prevent his teammates from having to go down on returns and such, and taking that
wear and tear of running down the field.
Oh, absolutely.
Making the tackle. I mean,
sure. Yeah. Couple folks out there and a couple coaches with ponchos, and they're battling it like Batman
they just have to hope it doesn't start raining, because that poncho's not going to do them any good.
Not doing anything good there. That looks like actually like a Walmart bag he's wearing. I'm not real sure.
It looks like it's tearing too.
Wycomico County, he couldn't get that.
Complete, but not much of a gain.
All right, yep. So there was a little bit of a different wrinkle in the passing game right there with just a quick screen from Colic to look like, I don't know if that was that Elijah Cotton that caught that ball?
I couldn't see his number. Picked up a yard.
Yeah, they're going to have, I know, and the wind is going to prevent them from doing it, but they got to find some ways to stretch it out here. Like you said, Colic's doing a wonderful job.
He's trying.
I mean, he's trying his best, but
he's going to be a tired guy at the end of this game, that's for sure.
Yeah, and that's where you might see, a fumble for, a return or a couple picks, and just exhaustion setting in.
Right,
so.
right.
All right.
And got split wide, number 10.
Yeah, we got Keandre Nixon all the way over here to our left, split way out wide. 3 wide receivers to the right for Snow Hill. Steps back, and he lets it rip. Looks like the ball's up for grabs and falls incomplete about midfield. So
looked like Chandler had the best chance at that one.
Yeah, he did. Maybe jumped a little too soon.
Probably. But no one from Snow Hill was really close to that pass.
No, and Dorn in the coverage over there. Tell you, Decatur's done a nice job keeping, Jay Sear Fields, keeping the ball out of his hands and minimizing what he can do. Another great athlete for Snow Hill.
They have some really good skilled people. And the difference in this game is, I think, a big difference is in the line play.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you,
Decatur's line is superior.
And having a couple good friends of mine in the youth program, and there is a lot of kids in Snow Hill's youth football program this year. So good things.
That's good.
Good things on the horizon.
I think they'll make some noise in 1A.
Absolutely.
They'll try to beat Cambridge, but they might be able to play.
I think they got a shot.
Play them strong.
Yep, so Colic doing his thing again, a little shimmy shake, puts it up for grabs, and it's caught.
Yeah,
wow.
Completion.
Thrown up and caught.
He held on to it, too. He was hit really hard.
Yeah, Brooks Coswell able to hang on, and he was hit very, very hard on that play.
First down.
But just Colic making things happen. Arm, feet.
I thought he was being tackled, and then all of a sudden he snuck over to the side and got the pass off and completed it.
I tell you, these guys are Coleman and Colic are actually throwing the ball really well into the wind.
Considering the wind.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. They're doing a good job.
Yeah, they really are.
Excuse me.
All right. So first down and 10. About 5 minutes and 25 seconds or so to go. Ball on the 43-yard line. First and 10 Eagles.
He's getting better protection, too. Now he's on the
and shimmy shakes again. Pump fakes, and he threw the ball out of bounds. Not real sure what happened there, what the ruling would be, if he was already out of bounds or not. But, boy, it's a lot of work there, and he is one tired dude. One tired dude.
Are they going to call that an incomplete pass? Is that what they're going to call it?
Yeah, Kareem thought he had him and left his feet.
I think they're going to call him sacked back there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe they're calling it a fumble, but it went out of bounds. But there's a penalty flag.
There's a penalty flag.
Okay. That one must be some kind of a.
Yeah, let's listen to see what we got here on this call.
Something said maybe or.
Intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, number 4, Dejon Johnson was right there beside him as he went out of bounds. So
he just sort of threw it out of bounds, though. He didn't.
Yeah, it wouldn't look like an attempt to get it to him at all. So so maybe the grounding call makes sense. We'll have to. I'm sure I'll get a couple text messages here from some reliable sources on that one. But
what do we have now?
Anyhow, so it'll be. Let's see where we're at. Should
First
be
down.
second and first and 20.
Should be. I thought it was a loss of down. I guess it should be second.
Okay, so
it's
they
a
lose
loss
the
of
down
on that, but they still have one on the yard marker. They still have it first down.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to set it. Okay.
All right. So they got one. So second down and 22. Ball is on the 31-yard line, and I feel like I'm reading the Encyclopedia Britannica up here. I just really.
So there's some rain on the window.
Yeah, and the raindrops are falling. So looks like we got fans are now, hoods are coming up, and some might be heading a little closer to the exits because what's the name of this tropical storm anyway? Somebody. Ophelia? I feel like we need to get this game moving a little bit quicker, okay? Because it's starting to.
What are they discussing?
Starting to pick up. All right. So it looks like they're trying to figure out where to maybe set the football. Like, is it a spot foul?
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. They're pointing. They're pointing in different directions. You see one official pointing in one direction, the other pointing in another.
Yeah.
This is very.
Kind of looks like my wife telling me all the honeydew things I need to do instead of going hunting.
Pointing out the various problems that, Okay, we're getting this marked off against Stephen Decatur, apparently.
Okay, so we're actually, they're gaining yards?
They're marked. The penalty was against Stephen Decatur, apparently. I don't know what the call was.
Okay, we'll have to ask Coach Coleman here this week about a couple of clarification things here. But we just wanted to really get the boys, get this game rolling here, with the weather and such. And all right, Coach Greenwood figures it out. He's ahead of the game here.
He's ahead of us, that's for sure.
That's for sure. All right, so Colic is back. Looks like he scrambles to the right again, throwing deep. And 2 penalties, and
that could be offensive interference. Looked like the Snow Hill. It looked like offensive interference. The Snow Hill kid was pulling the Decatur kid out.
So the ball falls incomplete. It might have been like offsetting penalties there, maybe PI penalties. I'm not real sure, but okay. So we got a defensive holding call.
Well,
and it looked like maybe offensive pass interference there at the end.
To me, it didn't look like. I don't know.
All right. So we'll hope for some clarification on these penalties and see where the boys from Snow Hill and Decatur are going to line up, and then we'll refigure out the down and distance and go from there.
It's a holding call against Stephen Decatur. Oh, both teams offsetting penalties.
Okay.
Let's
so
run it again.
You don't, like I said, you and I certainly couldn't go out there and call the game any better than these guys.
I understand that.
I think with the conditions you're in, you kind of let the boys battle it out and play a little bit more here.
Yeah.
Just kind of considering the situation. But anyway, it looks like it was offsetting penalties, so the ball it'll start over again.
Second down again. Second down. All right.
All right. Okay. Colic is back. Ball snap. He rolls Couple steps to his right again. Tried wise in. Ball's thrown out of bounds.
There's nobody over there.
And nobody over there either, and that probably could have been that, but we don't want to
call that. I mean, it just
the ball it's not getting to the line of scrimmage either. So
it just looks like intentional grounding just about every time he throws it.
Every time he throws it out of bounds, the ball has been short of the line of scrimmage. So I'm sure that's something Coach Hammond will reiterate to them next week as they get back to the drawing board. But yeah, you got to make sure that ball, if you're throwing out of bounds, it at least gets back to the line of scrimmage if you're flush from the pocket. So loss of downs.
So it's third down, and this possession is going on for a long time.
TOP, man, I'm telling you. It's this has been an absolute marathon. It's like baseball prior to the pitch clock.
Yeah.
And we have a clock.
It's like baseball in the bad old days, yeah.
Yeah, that's right, in the bad old days. That's right, Coach Rousseau. Or the good old days, however you look at it.
No, I don't look at it that way. I love the new rule.
Likes the pace. All right, Collick throws another deep ball. He's got his man, and it's dropped.
That was good timing by the defender. He made the hit just as the ball was being
Trey.
caught.
Yeah, Nixon had Dorn beat. He was able to close the distance, and the ball, I think the wind held the pass up a little bit, but Keandre Nixon did have Trey Dorn beat there, but it falls down
Is there
incomplete.
another penalty? Oh.
Okay, there is another flag on the play.
Come on. That's unbelievable.
All right, so we'll see what the call is here. Had to be something with Nixon and Dorn, I would imagine.
I don't know. I didn't see the flag down by the – it was on the line, I thought. No, he called. It's on us. It's on
so it's a defensive holding call on Trey Dorn there. Looks right at the line of scrimmage.
Good grief.
So we'll see.
Well, they are moving down the field.
Slowly but surely.
Penalties are certainly helping them.
Okay, so it's a 10-yard penalty.
How many penalties, how many plays have we had in this drive without a penalty? It just seems like every play there's a penalty.
Maybe one.
Yeah,
maybe one play.
We don't have two consecutive plays where they just come right up and start a new play, and we've got these.
All right,
ball's now spotted at midfield, it looks like.
I got it.
No, it's going into Decatur. No, I'm sorry. It's at Snow Hills 47.
Yeah, the 47 or so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So actually, just had a note handed to me that in the last 10 minutes, 1 minute and 15 seconds has come off of the clock.
Yeah.
So.
And that's not what you want when you have a storm on the way.
Yeah, you really don't want that. We don't want that for any of our paying patrons here. We want everybody getting home safely.
That's for sure.
Especially the kids on the bus. So the play is all right, throwing them out of bounds again. So flush from the pocket. It'll be 4th down and 5. And a big 4th down for them, Coach Rousseau.
Yeah, it certainly is. Yep.
They at the stage now. You're creeping down towards the end of the third quarter. You need to get
I imagine
points on the board.
Last play they rushed several extra people. Decatur did, and I think they'll probably do that again.
Yeah, brought the house there, and forcing Bolden or Collick, to throw the ball out of bounds. Yep.
The only thing is when they rush, they got to stay in their lanes because they don't want to let him get outside. And they have to make sure that they surround him.
Yeah, sorry. So it'll be 4th down and 5 here as I send a text message to my oldest daughter, making sure she and all her twin brother and sister with the rain coming are good. And we'll see what Snow Hill does here.
They didn't rush extra people.
No, Collick drops back. Got plenty of time here. He's flush. Looks like he's going to get rid of it. Ball's in the air, 50-50, and it's intercepted.
Oh, they called another penalty.
Yeah, another penalty on Trey Dorn, and that will be a 1st down for Snow Hill.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
All right, so we'll get clear. We'll make sure that 50-50 ball like that, you don't want to drag the receiver down.
They were going to intercept. It was definitely going to be intercepted.
Yeah.
Of course, he didn't know that.
So Trey Dorn's struggling quite a bit on this drive.
Yes, he is.
And Collick is going to him every single play, it seems like. And
well, that time we didn't rush the extra men, and so he had more time. Yep. And of course,
I mean, on 4th and 5, and you're down by 25, you might as well throw it up for grabs, and that's what you're hoping for. You know, you're hoping for,
Sure.
an ill-advised, PI,
Right,
and now you're right back in the ball game, in the
In
drive.
yeah.
In the
okay,
drive.
it'll be first down in Seahawk territory. They're finally in Seahawk territory. I don't know if they've been. If they
No.
will, maybe one play.
Maybe a couple
in the
plays.
First half,
and,
but not
yeah.
much. It's a 37. This is definitely the farthest they've gotten. Were they? So this is the 37. Yeah.
Yep.
I've so many penalties.
All right. All right, so first down, new set of downs for Snow Hill. Ball is on the 37-yard line of Stephen Decatur now after an absolute barrage of penalties. All right, Colic rolls. He starts left, spins back to the right. It's about 10 yards deep, throws it out. I'm not sure they got to the line of scrimmage again. So Colic he's doing the right thing.
Yes, he is.
He's just everything is in his hands, and if he can't make anything happen, he's throwing the ball out of bounds.
This is what I thought they would do in the second half. Just put it all on his shoulders and see what he could do.
Right. You had that pinned.
I know.
Yep. So.
Yep.
And time of possession, I think 2 weeks in a row has favored Decatur's opponents.
Right.
And that is the name of the game. Keep the ball out of our offense's hands. Excuse me.
Yep, that's for sure.
So second down and 10 here. Decatur really hoping for a turnover and get this game back into some rhythm. Looks like Nixon is lined up in the backfield, shotgun formation beside Zaire Colic. Zaheem, excuse me.
He's on his way.
All right, there he goes.
Well,
Makes a
loose.
man miss.
He's gotten wide.
Timmy Shaggy's back in the middle.
Yep.
Gang tackle looked like, was that Sully in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was Sully in there on the tackle.
He was in the bottom of the pile there. That looked like a longer gain than it was, but he covered
a
lot of ground.
Yeah, he's getting moving forward, he's gaining 2-3 yards, but he's running about 25 yards. So
yeah, so that was about a 4 yard pickup. And he ran about 30 yards.
Right, exactly. All right, so third down here. And probably 4-down territory for the Snow Hill Eagles.
Definitely.
Yeah, no probably. It's a definite, right? Coach Russo said.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right. 2 wide receiver, 3 trips to the right. Colic throws it up.
Good
and
defense.
Knocked down by Ethan Bradshaw.
Good defense on that play.
Yeah. Rode his man into the route, turned and found the football, and just swatted it down.
And he kept his hands off the receiver.
That's a big thing. So nice job by Bradshaw there.
So a big fourth down coming up again.
Fourth down here. So first few weeks of the season, Decatur's been able to get some fourth down takeaways or stops and in their own, in our own territory and go down and score. So we'll see if that pattern repeats itself here.
Yep.
All right. It looked like the defense has their assignments.
We have some.
Snow Hill subbed it.
They have.
All right, so they got their subs in. Trips wide receivers to the right again.
And then one off.
Yep, number 3, Elijah Cotton lined up left. All right, corner blitz, and he just goes down on fourth down.
Wow.
And I think he might have slipped a little bit there.
Maybe he did.
Yep.
There was he didn't have any time.
Yeah, no
that's
time.
What they.
Yeah, no time, and nice defensive call. Brought extra guys off, extra personnel off the edge there on the blitz, and the field is definitely, if you're watching, it's probably getting a little slick now.
I guess it is. It doesn't seem like it's raining very much. There's a little bit on our window here, but
right, nothing crazy.
It doesn't
looked
take
like
much to make
the
field a little slippery.
Right. So we'll have to see what old Dan Satterfield's got to say about a rival of the rain. All right, Coach Greenwood playing music a lot of times tonight when he shouldn't be.
Timeout, Snow Hill.
He's got Apple Music trying to blame it on the rain. All right. All right, so we'll take a quick break, folks. It's 25-0. We're having a good time up here. We hope everybody is too, and stay safe out there. We'll be right back.
We're ready to go.
All right, snap to Coleman.
Yes.
Little quick hitter. All right, out to the left. Looks like, was that the Bradshaw or Chandler? I couldn't tell. The rain.
Might be Chandler, but yes, I think it's Chandler.
Yeah, sorry for a little radio silence there. I was actually trying to look through the glass and see if it was Chandler or Bradshaw, but it was Chandler. Yep,
Picked up the first down.
Yeah, they'll move the chains there on that.
About a 15-yard pickup there.
That's that's smart with a passing game.
Yeah, just a short
little 4 or 5 yard quick hitters there and moving on. So
and let your athletes run in space.
Yeah. So the handoff there goes to number 14, Jamion Purnell.
Yeah, he picked up
about 6, I'd say, or so. Maybe not quite.
Well, yeah, closer
maybe
to 5
5,
or 4.
yeah, about 5.
Yeah.
So nice 5. I mean,
that's what you need on first down.
Yeah, first down, 4 or 5 yards, and stay methodical, stay in your approach. And Purnell's had a really nice game tonight. In these type of conditions, he's hard to bring down. All right, so Coleman on the keeper, big gainer up the middle.
First down.
Yep.
30-yard line.
First down at the 30-yard line. He was brought down by number 5, Jaisir Fields. Gets his name called tonight. So he was able to bring Coleman down by the ankles there. All right. So first down and 10, 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. All right. Coleman's back. Purnell in the backfield. Turns, hits Chandler in stride, and nice tackle there.
Nice play by the defensive.
Yeah, by the defender. Who is that, number 26 or 8? 26, Keontae Taylor.
Yeah, it's a nice.
First time, yeah.
Nice tackle. Good form.
I tell you, these defenders are really getting our guys, off their blocks. Kind of a little bit lazy there from our skill guys tonight in their blocks.
Yeah, they loss of about 3 there.
Yeah, so Evan got past Evan there and really stuck Chandler there for a loss. So, all right, second down and 13. All right, hands off to Purnell. Nice gain.
Nice run.
On second down, yeah. So looks like he got maybe 8 or 9 of that back, Coach.
Yeah. All down to the 26, looks like.
Yeah, about down to the 26.
Maybe the 27.
So
looks like they're putting it at the 27.
Yeah, third and short here.
27.
Or no, sorry, 3rd and 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was a 6-yard gain.
Yeah.
Which is,
So you get you in third and manageable.
You're in four down territory.
4 down territory. I mean, they do have the wind at their back here again, so they could kick.
Might kick, but I'd like to see them try to put it in the end zone.
Yeah. All right. So Chandler in motion. Coleman takes the snap. He keeps up the middle. He's got the first down and more, and tackled down at about the 19-yard line of Snow Hill. Yep. So that's a first down carry. Nice job on the keep there by Bryson Coleman.
Yeah, spotted at the 18.
Yep, on that RPO. So he's got he's got to see in his peripherals, watch the defenders. There's a lot going on there in RPO, offense.
And if the ball gets a little wet, there's a possibility of a fumble there. So that's a
nice keep
nice
there,
play
and
for him.
big play at the middle. So he's got some chunk gains, running right down the center of the field there. So he drops back now and scrambles left.
Gonna throw it.
Looks like he's trying to elude a defender, and he's brought down for a sack.
Big loss.
For about a 10
Big
or
loss.
10 or 11-yard loss there.
Yeah, all the way back to the 28.
You want to see him probably at least maybe chunk it out of the back of the end zone, something like that, because
Yeah.
he did have Tribe streaking.
I think he probably, yeah.
Not the greatest of decisions. That's a little out of character for Bryson.
No, he doesn't make this mistakes like that too often. That's the end of the third quarter.
Yeah. All right. So as Coach Russo said and Coach Greenwood just said, that's the end of the third quarter. Not crazy weather right now.
No.
12 minutes to go, and the ball will be on the 28-yard line. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll be right back. All right, second down and 20 here. Start of the fourth quarter. 25-0 Seahawks if you're just tuning in with us. Coleman just coming off about a 10-yard loss. Oh, and the ball's thrown almost into the hands of the defender. Number 11, Joseph Johnson.
He had his
nice
hand on
job,
it.
had his hand on it.
It was
So
intended for Salido, it looked like, and didn't quite clear the defender.
Yeah, trying to look.
Salido was open, but he didn't get quite over the defender.
He was on his, Bryson looked like he might have been on his back foot there a little bit, tried to hit Salido on that seam route.
Yeah.
But knocked down by the defender. So nice job for Snow Hill, again, in their own territory.
Yeah.
Doing a nice job slowing down the Decatur offense. Third down and 20.
Try to get half of it here.
Coleman steps back, looks over, finds, it's like Devin Chandler.
Yeah.
Yep, for minimal gain there.
Well, he actually got almost half of it. He needed, it was 3rd and 20. They got 9. So So that's in field goal position if he wants to try it, but I don't know if he does.
I know now the change of
Doesn't
direction
look like
there.
it.
It looks
Doesn't
like
look
they're
like
going to
it.
need to go for it. The wind is,
Yeah.
the south end zone. If you're here at the game and listening, or if you're not, if you're
Yeah,
at
that
home
would
watching,
be
it's
about
swaying.
42 yards from there.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't figure it's.
Yeah, a little much. So they're going to go for it on
Go
fourth
for it
down.
on 4th and 11. Here's a penalty.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we might have some motion there.
Yeah, it looked like maybe a false start on the offense of some kind.
That's what I think.
All right, let's get the call here.
Yep. We're going back.
So I tell you, we were just talking about it on the break. This is a very, very much improved Snow Hill team. Coach Hammond's doing a wonderful job down there. Games have been a little out of hand the last couple years, and this is really, really nice to see for our rivals down in Snow Hill. Coleman steps back. He's heading to Tribe-Wise in the end zone. Touchdown. Tribe-Wise.
Beautiful pass.
On a beautifully thrown ball, like Coach Russo said.
Beautiful.
Into the wind as well. Teardropped it right into Wise.
I'm looking at a flag. I'm thinking there's a flag.
You're looking for a flag.
Another here.
Okay, so we've got there, to the shock of not too many, there's a flag on the play. So we'll see what that is. And we've lost signal, so we'll try and get back to you here in just a second. There we go.
That's, come on. Really?
All right.
So what is the penalty?
Not real sure. Trying to look back here maybe on the replay. And
penalty was? I guess it's against the Seahawks, because if it wasn't, it would have been a touchdown. Coach Coleman is out on the field. He's not happy.
Yeah, so we're trying to get a ruling here and see what's going on.
Well, I don't know.
All right, so maybe they're all right.
Touchdown.
So they picked the flag up, and it is a touchdown.
So
okay.
Yeah.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have no answers for you. Coach Russo has no answers for you.
That was very odd.
Other than the fact that it's been a very, very oddly officiated game.
Yes. Yes, it has. So we have the extra point attempt here.
All right, so Eastlack on for the extra point. And we're waiting for the ball to be set so we can go ahead and kick that extra point.
See. Now, it looks like.
All right, getting a little quick update from on the weather. Looks like Ocean City's starting to get a little bit of tidal stuff going on, and it's raining quite a bit in town from a few people that are watching. We appreciate you shooting us a text. We want everybody to please be safe as you leave here tonight. Okay, so we have had an ejection. Player from Snow Hill, number 4, Dejan Johnson, has been ejected from the football game. And he will miss, unfortunately for him in that decision, he will miss next week.
Right, because it's in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, per rules of Bayside and I believe MPSSAA as well. If you were ejected, you miss the next game. So that could hurt Snow Hill. And and a little update here is the game will be probably 32-0 after the extra point if it is successful. We talk about it every week. Johnny Hobgood is warming up on the sidelines, sophomore backup quarterback. All right, so we're still waiting for the ball to be snapped here. Okay, so Snow Hill needs another player, it sounds like. Okay. All right. So, the ball could be set down, and then if snapped, it would be a penalty, which we don't want to see any more of those this evening.
No more penalties.
So, all right, ball's down, kicks away, and it's good?
No, I don't think it is.
We don't have a ruling yet.
They're not even signaling it. Maybe the play was stopped before the snap. What is?
Okay, we're
apparently the kick was no good. No, the offsides is the call.
Okay, so offsides on. It's going to be an offside call on defense,
which will put the ball at the 1, and looks like maybe.
Yeah, they might go. Yeah, going to go for 2 here now on that penalty call.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I don't know if I can tell you this, but thank you for tuning in. Snow Hill boy by blood, Decatur now, and I love both teams. I feel for both sides here and these players.
Well, okay. Apparently, they've changed their mind about that.
And the extra point was good.
So,
okay. All right. Well, good. Well,
32-0.
We did get that right. So, anyway, we're going to take a quick break, folks, and go ahead and settle in here. Get your rain gear out, and we could be here a little while. We'll be right back. All right, so we couldn't take this. We couldn't miss this
maybe the
opportunity
penalty
to
was
come
from
back
the extra point.
and give a quick shout out while we can still see the beautiful scoreboard here to our sponsors. Coach Russo and I and everybody in this production is just really thankful for everything that goes on and doing for our student athletes. AGH, Park Place Jewelers, Preston Automotive, and the Bank of Ocean City across the top. We certainly appreciate you guys and everything you do for our student athletes out here and looking at your names across on Friday Night Lights. All right, so the kick's away. Now the back of the end zone again by Eastlack.
There was a penalty on Snow Hill, so the ball had been set at the Snow Hill 45, so it wasn't really much of a problem for Eastlack.
Sure. So, like we said before, it's hard for kids, especially high school athletes to get into any kind of rhythm and such. And the play calling and whatnot. And, a couple, you're going 3-4 in this last one, why we can look at our clock here in the booth, 5 minutes between snaps. And the conditions are not great. I mean, it's not 70 degrees and a light breeze.
We're almost 2.5 hours into this game, and we still have 11 minutes to go on the clock.
Yeah.
By now, most high school games are over by now.
Yeah.
So the penalties have really slowed this.
Yeah.
We started at 5.
If we were at Sports at the Beach, we'd have had our time hour limit, so too bad we couldn't pay a $1,000 entry fee and hit the time limit here, but, we're still going. So we're re-kicking. Seems like there was a – so.
Apparently they spotted it at the wrong place.
Coach Russo,
the 45.
We could be amongst the crowd and getting soaking wet with this broadcast.
Absolutely,
which a lot of people called for. They want us out there interacting with the patrons, and we said no because there's a tropical storm coming. So we're gonna run it back. Okay. And so we're at the 6.5 minute mark between the last touchdown and the kickoff here. So
there we go. It's going to be a short one. We try a little onside kick.
Yeah, a little onside trickery.
Which is a good idea because if we can get it to 35, that we get that running clock.
Yeah, the running clock. So
we can get out of here.
Yeah, so
they recovered it.
Okay, so Snow Hill recovered that successfully. And with the rain and the wind, I mean, you can't really say, 32-0, that's not a good look. Well, no, it actually is. I mean, that's best strategy right now with this weather.
This game,
yeah, absolutely. So Snow Hill did recover that. So we'll see what they can do here with their ensuing possession. All right. So 32-0. Stephen Decatur over Snow Hill. 11 minutes, 39-ish seconds to go in the game. All right, so looks like, trying to see through. Colic is back. He looks to throw. Ball's up in the air and picked off. Gavin Salido with the interception. He's at midfield, now at the 40. Cuts back in at the 35-yard line. Oh, actually at the 30. And that's the turnover, Coach Russo, that we were talking about in the second half.
Now we can score here and we can get that clock moving then.
All right, so we'll see what we can do. And see if the Seahawks can get in the end zone after the interception by Salido. And we kind of talked about it. Colic, his legs have been all over the place tonight. Yes. Looks like he kind of he was flat-footed, threw maybe off his back foot, off balance, and it floated on him. And Salido there for the interception and the nice return. I mean, about a 20-yard return from where he caught the ball. So
yes, it was.
All right.
Yep.
So we're back on offense, Coach.
Where are we at the?
At the 30.
30
yeah, right on the 30.
Right on the 30.
Yeah, right on the 30. So Johnny Hobgood in the football game here for his first possession on varsity. Purnell lines up beside him to his right. Hobgood back. He's going to step and throw. All right, and he hits Coleman for a one-step drop, getting Hobgood in motion. Nice job by Johnny.
They had Coleman covered. It was a very short game, but it was an interesting looking play.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yeah.
Three-yard pickup.
Yep. All right. Oh, it was Ethan. Yep. Coach Greenwood, my apologies. Looked like looking through here. Some wet glass. So Hobgood with the completion for a 3-yard gain. He hands off to Purnell. He's got 8 plus 10 down inside the 15-yard line for Purnell. And what a game, coach, for the senior running back.
I'm sure this is the highlight of his career here at Stephen Decatur, this game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
So far, anyway.
I tell you what, and he is so shifty and quick and low to the ground.
Yep.
I mean, he has carved out a nice niche for himself in this game and probably moving forward in the offense.
I think we'll get to see more of him.
Absolutely. All right, so we've got a timeout here. All right, we'll take that opportunity real quick with this timeout before we give you a break to go fire up the pellet stove if you haven't done that yet this fall. Feels like a pellet stove or a fireplace kind of night. Taylor Bank, hey, we appreciate you. Ocean City, the town of Ocean City, we certainly appreciate you as well. Team Productions, Bradley Atlantic Insurance, thank you so much for your amazing contribution here to Stephen Decatur High School athletics. We certainly couldn't have a scoreboard here and run this broadcast without you all and your support, and we certainly appreciate it. So we'll take the rest of the time out. I'm going to check in with my kids, make sure they're not soaking wet and ready to go if the bottom does drop out. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. Hobgood, sophomore, getting his first possession as a varsity football player here. Great kid, so we'll see what they can do. He gets the ball, he snaps, he rolls out, flush from the pocket, throws off balance, and he's got his target, Ethan Bradshaw. Nice throw, moving to his right by Hobgood, showing off his athleticism. And we have now hit the running clock, Coach Russo.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Hobgood was flush from the pocket. He did a wonderful job being able to try and set his feet, but still had his momentum going towards the Snow Hill sideline. And Ethan plants and comes back to the football, hunt the football, and be aggressive. Touchdown connection. I tell you what, we're going to miss Bryson Coleman, but there's a handful of competitions that are going to go on here next year. That'll be really fun to watch with, spring ball and 7-on-7s and all that good stuff. So,
and there's the extra point.
East Lack's extra point is good.
39.
All right, so running clock, 9 minutes to go here, 39-0 Stephen Decatur. And look, here's the highlight, Coach.
Yeah. Yep.
Hobgood.
Across.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe as you get, you're against a little bit more elite defenders, and not so late and worn down in the game, Johnny's not going to want to throw across his body fading away. But
across the middle like that late, that sometimes can be a problem.
Late. But, hey, that's what film's for. And, look, you're in there slinging it.
He made the play.
And you just make a play, and that's what the Hobgood boys do. Two outstanding kids and outstanding athletes here at Stephen Decatur. So we're going to take just about a 30-second break here before Decatur kicks off as the clock continues to tick down. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope nobody has to go to work tomorrow and just sit inside and watch Hawk Talk and rewatch Coach Russo and I here on the video broadcast. We'll be back in about 15 seconds. Coach Russo, can Brogan Eastlack kick this ball for a touchback here into this wind?
It'll be a test. It'll be a good test. He's kicking into the wind.
All right, Coach Greenwood looking on, stressed. Oh, he gives a thumbs up. That's just a little soccer bromance there. Oh, and he,
It's going to be returned from the one.
Going to be returned. What a heck of an effort. Oh, maybe a block in the back there. Not sure. Please don't call it.
The best thing that could have happened to Snow Hill on that kick would have been if it had gone into the end zone. He ended up coming out to about the 5.
Yep, so Jaisir Fields on the
and there were no penalty flags.
No penalty flags.
We have a couple scores here.
Okay, we got a score update. Go ahead, Coach.
Got Queen Anne's leading James M. Bennett 16-0 in the fourth quarter. And we have Kennard and Buccaneers leading the Easton Warriors in the second quarter 7-0. And, well, that's about it, right? No, there's another one. The Cambridge South Dorchester 7-6 over Colonel Richardson also in the second quarter.
All right. Boy, the games are, and we're probably just a tick behind on refresh, but it seems like games across the peninsula are moving awfully slow for a tropical storm coming in. They do, we may be slower lower, but with this weather coming in, man.
Yep.
Yeah, they could be tricky. So we're hoping and praying everybody gets.
Looks like we have some backups in here on defense.
Yeah, who we got in here? Number 44 is subbed in for the Hawks.
Yeah, I see several.
That's Brian Chester in the game.
Several new numbers.
Yeah. All right, Collick rolls out. He's throwing deep over the middle, and it's caught. Oh, and taken. No, he held on to it. I thought Chandler pulled away, but Collick with a nice throw. Winded his back, and I'm not sure who was on the receiving end of that pass.
It was a good catch.
It was a great catch.
And he kept him.
I think number 14, was it Gavin Lucas?
Gavin Lucas.
Yeah, Gavin Lucas with a nice job. Chandler there just a split second late.
Senior tight end.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, all the way to the end, Zaheem Collick, man, just pure athleticism on display for Snow Hill.
He's given his best effort, that's for sure.
All right. So first down, ball on the 47-yard line of Snow Hill after a big pass play there. Collick rolls to his right and brought down. What a sack by number 59, Eric Brakia. Boy, nice job hanging in there. I mean, with the speed of Collick and to be able to hold on to him and bring him down. And he's a little shook up on that play.
Had that shirt and didn't let go.
Didn't let go. That's like the old school pictures you see. Talking about Snow Hill football players, saw a picture of one of my good friend, Alan Brittingham, his dad, Alan Brittingham Sr. Saw an old picture of him playing football back in the day for Snow Hill.
Well, back at
did
the
a nice
42.
job. I think he played a few years with, a couple of Snow Hill legends, Tom Zimmer, David Hall.
All right.
Maurice Ames and company back in those days.
They were
They say the best days.
They won some a couple state championships.
Yeah, sure did.
Back in those days.
Yeah, Coach Barber, he was
I remember.
well respected. And Coach Vanderveen as well. I know you know Coach Vanderveen.
Sure.
All right, so Collick as he throws.
It's going to be a penalty.
And they're going to call a flag.
Yeah,
it looks like number 18, Johnny Hobgood.
Late hit.
Yeah. It's not malicious. Hobgood's running through the play there. He's completing the play.
And actually, Hobgood went over and clapped hands with the quarterback.
Oh yeah, so he's the Hobgood, and that's Johnny, the quarterback who's in the game now, sophomore. That's his brother Waylon. Okay. So I mean, yeah. Just looking at a replay here, I'm not real sure that that was a flag to be thrown there. But
I think they took their quarterback out. He's a little bit hurt, and probably a little bit tired.
And a little bit tired. He's had one heck of a game, and that was a big shot from Hobgood.
That hurt him a little bit.
So, anyhow, so the penalty is going to move the football over to Stephen Decatur's 44-yard line. 3 minutes to go here in the game. All right, who's at quarterback now for
freshman?
Snow Hill?
I think it's a freshman quarterback.
Oh, good size on this young man. All right, so the ball is snapped. It's a keeper.
Yeah, it's a
It runs right into a wall of Seahawk defenders.
Yeah.
Number 11, Joseph
Johnson.
Freshman.
He's a freshman, yeah.
Yeah, good to see. Tell you, there's if you can get kids, you know, at schools like Snow Hill, you know, and our other rivals down in Pocomoke, you know, you need waves of athletes, and that it takes a village. It takes parents and volunteers in the community to work with these kids and you know, put them in competitive environment and don't give up on them. You know, just because you may have a small group of kids. I graduated with 79 kids in my class. But 40 of us were males and 38 of us were just foaming at the mouth athletes that wanted to get after it. And that's because our parents really, you know, stuck with us and other volunteers in the community, you know, and pillars down in Snow Hill. So that's what Snow Hill needs, and rooting for them, pulling forward.
You're right. That freshman quarterback is a good size kid.
Yeah, he looks like a quarter. I mean, he's got a quarterback look out there. Oh, I mean, he fumbles a snap. That might have been a little freshman miscue there. And Decatur, I think, takes over. About a minute and a half left in this football game, and
now we can just run it out.
And you know, hey, we were expecting a lot more treacherous weather out here tonight.
Yep.
And
we were lucky.
It worked out, and we've gotten lucky. And
they say, according to what I see on my phone, that within the next hour there's supposed to be heavy rain.
All right.
So
Val Riley, if you're listening down at the Crab House tonight, and Patrick Brady. Burger, bacon cheeseburger, boom, boom sauce. I'll be there real soon. All right. So it looks like maybe there was a timeout called here. All right. Minute 13 left. We're going to take one more real quick break before we finish out with you. Coach Russo, it's been an absolute blast.
Oh, I've really enjoyed it.
You're coming back.
Well, I've enjoyed it. It's been really great.
Well, I've enjoyed being in here with you and picking your brain a little bit and learning a lot from you, and we can't wait to have you back up here. Maybe we'll make it a trio. Get Hughes up here, and we'll, especially during the postseason run.
Oh, that would be great. I'd enjoy that.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe, you know, now that I feel a little comfortable, maybe I'll get approval from Valerie. Maybe I'll mix a bow hunt in on a Friday night and let you and Hughes take over. We'll see. We'll see where the answer is to that.
Yeah,
I'm not
say
real sure.
You have to go to the executive.
You got to go to the executive committee there.
Yep,
absolutely.
Looks like they're gonna snap the ball at least once, I guess.
Yeah, got to maybe enough time for 2 more plays. All right. Yep. So
another penalty. Another penalty.
Hey, going out in style. Going out in style. So they didn't. I don't even think they let the. It was like right pre-snap, actually.
Yeah, offsides.
Yeah, offsides on the defense. So
neutral zone.
Hey, you got guys in the game here now that they, you know, it's great to see them in. You know, Danny Plumlee's in there right now. You know, you got A.J. Cobb. He's in the game right now, just to name a few.
Yep.
You know, Frankie Bucksbaum's in there. Big Frankie Bucksbaum, huge kid. Great kid. All right. And there's a handoff, and he's taken down. Number 35. Oh, here's where it gets chippy, and you really don't want to see anybody getting thrown out of the game here this late.
No.
So we're hoping Coach Hammond, Coach Coleman go ahead and yank these guys out of there. And
I think he was celebrating a little bit too much.
Yeah.
I don't think it was directed at the Snow Hill. I think he was just celebrating a tackle.
Yeah.
Which they see on TV, and, of course, in high school you can't do too much of that.
Yeah, can't do too much of it.
Call you unsportsmanlike conduct. Oh, okay, I was wrong.
Okay, so unnecessary.
I thought it was a different kind of a penalty.
All right, I just saw
offsetting penalties.
Offsetting, yeah. So just a couple guys that are, you know, got the juices flowing here as the game winds down, and looks like that's going to do it for us.
I think they let the clock run out. That's it.
All right, so a well-contested game, 39-0. A little bit sloppy, a little bit flaggy, I guess we could say. Flag happy, however you want to call it. But 39-0 victory for Stephen Decatur. Mr. Owens, we'll talk to you. I had to give my buddy Jake Owens a shout out. And Coach,
it was great.
It's been a
I enjoyed
pleasure.
it.
Hey,
Thank
listen,
you very much
yep, we'll be texting, and the Steelers are back in good graces.
A win is a win.
A win is a win.
It's pretty ugly, but they won.
A win is a win, and it was a win tonight. Not the prettiest of all, but like you said, we're racking them up. And best of luck to Snow Hill and all their great fans and people down there. Make the trip back down to 113, back down 113 nice and safe. So with that being said, I'm Tyler Riley. Enjoyed spending time with Coach Pat Russo. 39-0 Hawks. We'll see you next time.